Good evening, Internet, and welcome back to the Wednesday night lag stream with your host, Alaris. I apologize, but I have been on hiatus for about 2 weeks due to a hell of a cold, honestly. It pretty much kicked my butt 10 ways to Sunday. And still feeling a little bit of the after effects, but not enough to not stream tonight. So we're going to pick back up with my phone turning on apparently, but in reality, we're gonna pick back up with ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. The Prophecy of the Throne. The tactical visual novel that caught the attention of the masses as one of the most interesting video games in the world. That is probably a lie. One can barely call it, in fact, a video game. You could argue it is a novel or a video, but it is not a video game. But we're going to keep going because we have one more loop to go through. I believe there are a total of 5 before we can get out of this self-inflicted hell. So, join me tonight as we continue our adventure in dying over and over and over again until we can't die anymore.
Oh, this place.
Yeah, you know it, Rem. The atmosphere is a bit different now than it is during the day, but...
The atmosphere of the tavern now is, well, like night and day, literally. But knowing that it's more of a tavern at heart, the air of it is now the real deal.
Is the food here good? Oh, and no alcohol. Puck's rules.
Don't worry. I'd never have a cute drunk mealy in a public setting like this.
You're being a little creepy there, Subaru. Emilia and Rem can't hold their alcohol very well. Their faces turn red and expose their cuteness right away. I'd never let them get carried away like that here.
But wait, maybe seeing you two being so cute could melt anyone's heart? What if the surefire way to win the royal selection is...
I don't know what you're talking about, but you've got that look on your face when you have weird thoughts. Subaru is still so charming, even when he thinks about weird things.
Oh, Rem.
But while I truly wish to continue gazing at Subaru, I have found them. Found them? Rem, were you looking for someone? Yes. Rem can see right through Subaru's plans.
I don't sincerely remember what we were trying to do. Clearly Emilia has joined us at the capital. Let's see if the flowchart can tell us anything, really. Intense battle at the slums. Had to find the parents of the girl. Right, we had the deadly battle. And we had to call Emilia there because royal selection stuff, I think. So, we called her there. We've met up with her now. We met with Melty earlier, I think. And the dog, of course. And now we are meeting with Anastasia, probably, if this is the correct location.
Wow, so reliable. So, who did you find? There, at the table in the back. In the back? Good evening. May we sit here too?
Oh my, what an unexpected visitor.
Miss Amelia, it has been quite some time.
Yes, it has been a while, Julius. Anastasia as well. I'm sorry for my sudden intrusion.
It's fine, it's fine. So, you were called here too, Amelia?
Yes, I received a letter from Subaru and Rem regarding the postponement of the royal selection.
Yo, Anastasia! Great night to share a table.
Excuse us.
I expected Natsuki and Rem to be with you. Still though, what kind of greeting is that?
Boy, am I glad you happen to be here. I know you come here for lunch, but I didn't know if you came for dinner too.
I don't normally frequent this place so often, but Mimi and the others keep talking it up, and Julius was getting all pouty overhearing them.
Miss Anastasia,
Howdy, right.
using such an expression will only give rise to misunderstandings. I simply thought that a tavern that Mimi and the others know, and one within the royal capital no less, could pose a safety issue if I'm not also aware of it.
Bullcrap.
You're making a lot of excuses trying to cover the fact that you actually just don't like being left out, aren't you?
Again, that explanation only causes misunderstandings.
Really? You're so cute, Julius.
Look at you, getting compliments from Mealy. You think you're so cute with that face, huh?
You have a problem with my face? What exactly do you expect me to do about it?
Go into the corner, roll up into a ball, and cover your eyes and ears.
But then I wouldn't be able to fulfill my duties as a knight. While my most trusted would certainly have my back, you are unfortunately not among them.
Oh, damn.
That's fine. I don't see myself getting along with you anyway.
What's going on, you two? You seem to be hitting it off.
Subaru, stop that! Don't snap at Julius like that.
Don't try to stop me, Mealy. This is a man's fight, and I ain't backing down. Also, keep some more distance from that guy. If he gets the chance, he'll slobber all over that cute little hand of yours, Mealy.
Creepy?
I see. It appears you are trying to insult me. In that case, I am prepared to put my honor on the line and request a duel in order to clear my name.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to fight me? Don't try it. It would be like a bully picking on a weakling.
Huh. So you have that much confidence in your ability?
No. It was the reverse.
You're the one who's going to be bathing in the blood of your enemies. You regret beating me up.
That's not something to brag about, my dude.
So that's what you meant.
If you wish to fight Subaru, Rem will fight in his place. While I doubt I could win against Sir Julius the Finest, I can at least return his blows. If something ever happens to Rem, I won't just sit by and remain silent.
Huh? Is that only if something happens to Rem? What about me, Mealy?
You should properly repent for your actions. Go on now, apologize to Julius.
Ugh. Damn you, Julius.
Have I done anything to you? If I were at fault, I would certainly apologize.
Oh, good grief. What's with you two? Are you trying to make me die of laughter here? Oh, is that the plan then? You eliminate me from the royal selection, then reap the rewards? Oh my. You're a naughty girl, Amelia. Hiding such devious plans underneath that innocent face of yours.
What? You misunderstand. I only wanted to get along with you.
Oh, Mealy, she's just kidding around. It's her own style of joking.
Huh? Really?
Of course. But couldn't you let me lead her on a little more before revealing that, Natsuki?
Sorry, Anastasia. I'm Mealy's loyal servant. I always act with Mealy in mind.
A fine way of thinking. It seems even you understand chivalry.
Yeah, the insults just fly.
I wasn't talking to you!
What?
Quit making me laugh so much. Oh my. Though, I do feel better after what happened today.
What happened?
Well, I suppose I could tell you. I'm sure you'll be told eventually anyway. We were called to the royal castle today by the Council of Wise Men.
Could that be...
It's similar to what Cruche said, right?
Oh, so you already heard about it? Sheesh. Cruche can be kind of, how do I put it? A bit too broad-minded at times.
Broad-minded. I've never heard that phrase. I guess it's the opposite of narrow-minded, but...
Well, I guess there's no sense hiding it then. But being interrogated one after the other, it's an unpleasant method to get information out of us. I understand what they're trying to do, though, so I didn't dare say anything uncouth in return.
Even though they would have deserved it.
So the Council of Wise Men is working hard to expose the imposter.
The kingdom's future is on the line, after all. It's only reasonable they would be involved.
Taking the opponent's side again? Just who are you more loyal to?
I am loyal to securing the future of the kingdom, and to you, Miss Anastasia.
My, you're quite skilled at evading the question. In that case, you'll just need to work harder so I come out on top.
Damn.
You two get along really well.
That's right. We're quite close with one another. But doesn't the same go for you and Natsuki?
Oh, Subaru isn't actually my servant or anything like that.
Excuse you? You lying witch.
Mealy's demoted me again!
I always say that. You're employed by Roswell, so you aren't my personal attendant.
Alright.
That sounds pretty complicated.
Subaru is a complicated individual. It is what makes him so wonderful.
Your obsession is showing.
Listening to Rem makes me think you really are a wonderful person, Natsuki. How awful.
Oh, damn! Harsh.
Yes, he is awe-inspiring.
Is that what awful means? Full of awe?
I feel like you both mean different things here.
Anyway, why did you come here, Miss Amelia? This is the sort of establishment someone of your stature wouldn't simply drop by. Has something happened?
Oh, we were just stopping by for dinner. Is that weird?
Well, I also agree that eating at cheap restaurants doesn't suit Mealy. But I'd say the same thing to you guys.
In the first place, it's strange for royal candidates and their knights to frequent normal taverns around the city.
Subaru, is something wrong?
No, it's just that, including you, Rem, this group really increases the ratio of beautiful people here. Even if we're not trying to stand out, it's hard not to.
If you think so, then you just sit down and order something. Why are you standing there and talking to us?
You're right. Mind if we shared this table then?
Isn't it a little late to ask that?
Right. Thanks. Mealy, come sit next to me.
Yes, thank you.
What?
I am remaining silent. If I were to speak my mind right now, it would only irritate you.
Well, you might as well go ahead and spit it out.
It's customary to draw the chair for a person of higher rank, so I'm merely confused about your rank.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Shut up!
But you asked me.
Anyway, back to what Julius asked earlier. What did you really come here for?
Huh? I just said we wanted to eat.
Well, the jig is up, so no use in hiding it anymore. We came to see you, Anastasia. It was a gamble whether you'd actually be here, though.
Really? Is that what you meant about it being a chance encounter? You could have just said so.
I just didn't want you to be disappointed if she wasn't here, Mealy. It'd suck if you were let down because of that.
I wouldn't get mad over something like that. But I do appreciate the consideration. Thanks to you, Anastasia and I are able to talk like this.
Well, if we're just going to chat over a meal, you can count me in anytime. However, should you have any other reason to chat, I'd like to know in advance, so I can prepare.
Prepare?
That's not like you, Anastasia. Aren't you the type of person who has multiple contingency plans in case anything happens? Someone who expects the unexpected?
I'm honored you think so highly of me, and I certainly won't deny that. But I'd never want to face anything head-on without being fully prepared. That would be less than ideal. Even I get nervous when someone appears out of nowhere and wishes to talk to me.
You really talk yourself up. You're a real character, Anastasia.
That's a compliment, I swear.
I don't wish to put you on the spot, so I'll speak openly. I don't want us royal candidates to become suspicious of each other, or antagonize one another. If possible, I'd like for us all to be friends. But if that's too much to ask, I'd at least like for us to cooperate in some way. So...
You want to be on good terms with me as well. Is that what you are requesting?
Is that not possible?
So you're that kind of person, are you? You're pretty shifty.
That seems like a lie. That seems like you're messing with her again.
Huh? Me?
I thought you would be more aggressive in using your charm and gentle demeanor. It seems I was wrong.
You're talking about her like she's a succubus. I mean, a succubus melee would be pretty amazing. Wait, no, that wouldn't be so bad. Not bad at all.
Subaru, down boy.
What are you going on about now?
In other words, Miss Amelia is asking for a cooperation. Besides, you wish for an alliance with Miss Anastasia, yes?
If that means we can have better relations, yes.
You really are a troublesome girl.
Anastasia narrows her eyes, staring straight back at Amelia. What kind of thoughts could be swirling around in that head of hers?
It's not that bad a suggestion. After all, you don't think Mealy is the fake candidate, right?
That's right. I can admit to that.
Then let's think positively about this. We don't believe you're the mastermind behind the scheme to disrupt the royal selection either.
And why is that?
Huh?
What leads you and Amelia to believe that I'm not the imposter?
Simply put, it's because she and I were attacked by Wolf in another loop. But that happened in a time that no longer exists here, so I can't use that to explain why I think she's the real deal. In the end...
Intuition.
Subaru, that's stretching it much too far.
Quiet, you! Intuition is intuition. It just came to me. I knew at first glance that she could be trusted. That's all there is to it.
So forceful. A bold statement relying on one's intuition. Subaru is very decisive. Rem is quite impressed.
Anastasia? If you could accept that as our answer, then...
Miss Anastasia?
Oh, you're too funny, Natsuki. So, in the end, you rely on your intuition.
Yes.
Everything up to that point was so well thought out, so the sudden shift to something so illogical was pretty shifty.
Shifty? Did you hear that? She called you Shifty too, Subaru.
You look so cute finding out how similar we are, Mealy. EMA.
Oh, that was a riot. But intuition is fine. In the end, I also rely on mine when I make important decisions.
So, what does your intuition say now? About joining forces with us? With Mealy?
I said so earlier, but I don't suspect Amelia of being the imposter. So I think there's some value cooperating with each other.
Really?
Now, don't get ahead of yourself. I'm simply saying it's worth consideration. Our opponent is a fake royal candidate, a dangerous enemy aiming to disrupt the royal selection. Solidarity is pretty important to have here. However...
Anastasia cuts herself off, holding a firm stare at Amelia. She's clearly hesitant, even if she doesn't put it into words. I immediately understand why she's so reluctant to join hands with Amelia. The existence of the witch cult. They'll make their move once it's known to the public that Amelia is participating in the royal selection. It won't just be the manor in harm's way, but the royal capital too. Forming an alliance means our allies will potentially be put in danger too. The dangerous ideas the witch cult had for half-elves. The dangerous ideas that the witch cult had for half-elves were an unchanging thing in this world.
Just
Sure.
a little more.
I don't know.
Rem?
Miss Anastasia may consider the proposal, if she were to be given the right incentive. However, what could...
We have to present her with something valuable.
It has to be something valuable enough to equal the threat of being targeted by the witch cult. If I could make that clear...
Anastasia, just between us, I've got a plan that could make you even richer than you already are.
You're quite the comedian. What's this all of a sudden? Do you think sweet talk will win me over?
It's worth a try.
No. I just thought that the reason you're so hesitant to join us is because you're calculating the risks versus the rewards, right? I figured I should appeal to that.
Miss Anastasia is an experienced chairwoman. Do you really think you could interest her in some scheme of yours?
I do! Well, I can't say that for sure just yet, but at least hear me out. You don't lose out by just listening to what I have to say, right?
It's not like I don't get a lot of sales pitches like this. And besides, this is between Natsuki and me. I'll at least lend you an ear.
Hey, Subaru, are you sure you should be doing this?
Don't worry, Mealy. Between the radio calisthenics and the mayonnaise, I'm sure I can convince her somehow.
That's true. We wouldn't have mayonnaise if it weren't for you telling us about it in the first place. Okay, I understand.
What invention from the real world is he gonna bring here?
Man, mayo is a pretty big part of the trust toward me, huh? But anyway, here's what I was thinking. This evening, I was planning on unveiling something. I'd call it a lottery.
Oh no. Gambling. Lotteries are received well in other worlds. I'm confident in that based on my experience in the first loop. The leader of the merchants seemed to take quite a liking to it, anyway. If that wasn't him just indulging me in my idea, then there's a chance Anastasia will bite at this chance. That's just how merchants are, after all.
So then, the organizers divvy up the pot among the winners and keep the rest of it as profit. This won't really work without any funds to give out, and you'll need someone trustworthy to pay out the winners. But you fulfill all those conditions, Anastasia. At least I think so. But what about you? Was it worth listening to? Anastasia?
She remained silent for quite some time, making me worry even more if I screwed up somewhere. After a long wait...
Interesting.
Huh?
I've heard of this before. A long time ago. Such an endeavor existed when Hoshin was still alive.
Hoshin is...
Hoshin of the Wastes was the hero who founded the city-state of Kararagi, as well as the basis for Miss Anastasia's family name.
Yep, that's who we're named after. Anyway, Natsuki, you called this a lottery? I think I've read documents before calling what Hoshin did the same exact thing.
Huh.
Huh? What?
The documents recounting Hoshin's legacy left behind in Kararagi. While an interesting subject, what's most curious is, Subaru, how did you learn of this? Moreover, you've passed along this information to Miss Anastasia, who has taken the great hero's name. I can only assume there's some other meaning to all of this.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to play out like this.
This is bad. I really did screw up. I don't know how, but it's like I've stepped on a landmine. They say some ancient dude thought of the same thing in the past, but how was I supposed to know? I never thought they'd consider this a provocation either.
I apologize if we said anything out of place.
Miss Amelia.
But I can assure you that Subaru does not harbor any ill intent. He always does his utmost, so I apologize if there are any misunderstandings. Please, forgive us.
Mealy.
No need to worry. It's true I was surprised, but there'd be no point in provoking me here of all places. I simply see it as an amusing coincidence. However, I commend you for coming across such coincidences.
Miss Anastasia, does that mean...
Natsuki, your lottery idea is a good one. I thank you deeply for sharing it with me. But implementing such a system would still be rather difficult, even for someone like me.
I feel relieved, but surprised that even you would have trouble with it. It might be tough to make happen, but I know you of all people understand that nothing ever comes to fruition so easily.
Of course. I do have the confidence to say that if I started it in Kararagi, it would be received very well. But this is the Kingdom of Lagunica. The Hoshin Company doesn't have a solid foothold here yet. Considering the scale and labor needed to implement it, it's currently no more than a fleeting dream. That's why after Hoshin died, no one has been able to pull it off.
Hearing that makes me groan at such a tough prospect. Bringing modern knowledge with me here doesn't always equate to immediate major profit. It just makes me realize how much more history there is here than I've come to realize. At this rate, nothing will happen. But the moment I think that...
Huh? That's...
Alright, that's enough for you. You've had too much for one night.
Please leave me be. I'm totally finished now, for real.
Jeez, you're hopeless.
Yeah, that's right. I'm completely hopeless. I used all my money to buy some high-quality oil. I was gonna bring it all to Gusteco and make it big. Well, I was supposed to anyway.
Yeah, heard it all before. The northern border's closed off, right? Tough luck. Why not exchange it all for something more profitable here?
It's not that easy. Besides, I've only got the oil on me. If I take it back, then... everyone will see my blunder. Even if I try to recover a fraction of what I lost out on, they'll just take advantage of me and I'll really be in the red. Oh, I'm done for now. It's too much to handle. If this is the end of the line for me, I'd at least like to have some peace of mind. So give me another!
You've already had enough to knock out 5 full-grown men. I guess being able to hold down your drinks isn't always a good thing. But here.
Even when I try to drown myself, I can't even get drunk.
You seem to be in a pretty tough spot. What exactly happened to you?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing! It's just that my entire life is over. Lux abandoned me and now I'm here. Such is the story of my life.
So that's why you're so desperate. Which means you've got nothing left to lose, right? Simple, really? We'll save you, and you save us!
What?
Good morning, Subaru. Did you sleep well?
I just want to make sure I didn't miss... Yeah, okay, I didn't miss anything, it's just...
Morning, Mealy. Yeah, I slept like a log. All my hard work today will open up a path for you after all. I need to give it everything I've got.
I see. That's true. But don't be too reckless. It's better if nothing happens along the way.
Yeah, I know, but...
I want to overdo it for Amelia. That's my true feeling.
Well, she'd just get mad if I said that. So I'll stay quiet for now.
He says out loud.
Please do not worry, Miss Amelia. No matter what happens, I will not allow a single finger to be laid upon Subaru.
Oh, Rem. Morning.
Yeah, it seems to be the weird thing to say first thing in the morning.
Yes, good morning. You are as dignified as ever, Subaru.
Am I? I guess I'm more composed with my sense of duty.
Huh. Do not get so carried away.
Oh, I forgot Ram was here.
Rom.
Do be moderate, Baruzu. Fools who slacken their resolves are the first to die on the battlefield. Though it is a waste to tell you such things.
Yeah, Subaru would never be caught dead on a battlefield.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I'm constantly slacking? Rom, your comments are...
An exaggeration. If that is what you honestly believe, you are far better off staying at the inn. It would be less of a burden on Rem and I's shoulders.
Well...
Don't
Don't worry about it too much, Subaru. Ram is just in a bad mood. She'll be away from Roswell since she can't come with us to the Royal Castle.
Miss Amelia.
Don't make such a scary face, Ram. If you're so worried about Subaru, you can just tell him and he'll understand.
Ram, are you really worried about me?
Disgusting.
Disgusting?
That is just Sister's way of expressing her affection, Subaru.
I don't know if I believe that.
In what kind of primitive culture is disgusting a way of expressing affection?
Just be quiet, Barusu. Regardless, Miss Amelia, about today's plans.
Yes, I know. Roswell and I were called to the Royal Castle, which means we'll be meeting with the Council of Wise Men.
The Council of Wise Men, huh? Mealy, about that.
Oh, don't think about it too much. Crochet and Anastasia already told me what to expect.
Essentially an interrogation about trying to prove that you're the culprit.
I hate being talked down to, but if I know the reason behind it going in, I can bear it.
In fact, I feel worse for the Council of Wise Men, wasting their time trying to hide a plan that we are already aware of.
It's kinda like finding out about a surprise party.
I also see how stupid I was for taking that surprise seriously and getting mad at the Council of Wise Men.
Gotta switch gears here. Do your best, Mealy. I'll do what I can too.
Yes, of course I will. But will the rest of you really be okay? I'm sure there's no need to worry with Ram and Rem by your side, but as I said earlier, I will not let anyone harm Subaru in any way.
Wow, both the twins at his side.
Should anything happen, at least Subaru will be left unscathed.
Talk about a worst-case scenario. It's not good if I'm the only one who survives. We've all gotta make it out alive.
Today's planning is necessary for all of us to get through this royal selection situation. If someone were to end up a casualty because of it, I'd never be able to live it down. I'd rather die than let that happen.
That'd be really terrifying. So please, stay safe, Rem.
Yes, I shall do my best. If you are so worried about me, Subaru.
Oh no.
Of course I am. Same goes for Ram. Don't do anything reckless.
Pervert.
What's so obscene about that?
It seems you three really will be fine on your own. Good morning. Is this where Miss Amelia is lodging?
That's Melty's voice, I think.
We have a visitor?
And that voice just now. Ah, Miss Amelia. Good morning. Melty? Tiga? What are you doing here so early in the morning?
Good morning, Miss Amelia. I know we just spoke yesterday, so I apologize for the sudden visit.
No, that's fine, but is there something you need from me?
Yeah, it's so early, it must be something really bad. Don't tell me!
Yes?
Did that masked freak pay you a visit this time?
What? Really? Oh no.
We need to run away!
We must defeat him. Miss Amelia. No? But there's a bad man on the loose, right? So then, we cannot allow you to be so reckless, Miss Amelia.
You know, they're probably here for no reason related to the masked man.
Oh.
How pathetic, Barusu.
Running away is the best chance to avoid danger. Besides, if I said I'd fight, then...
You are so reckless, Barusu.
It doesn't matter what I say!
Anyway, can we explain ourselves now?
I'm sorry. So you're not here because you were chased away?
It's nothing serious. The guards have stepped up their patrols. Perhaps because of what Subaru said earlier. That suspicious man. A clown in a mask, was it? We haven't seen him at all, right, Mel?
Ah, the lies begin.
Mel?
Oh, yes, that's right, Tiga. And it's all thanks to Subaru.
Because the man in the mask is working with them, probably.
Really? That's kinda embarrassing. But
It
I'm
may or
glad
may
I
not
was
be
able to
Tiga.
gather enough info to alert everyone.
Still, I doubt this means we shouldn't be cautious. Wolf didn't seem like a pushover. He was only repelled by Rem and Al working together. His spiteful words as he left sent a shiver down my spine. A guy with feelings that extreme wouldn't abandon his target just because of a few more guards patrolling around.
Don't let your guard down, alright? Better safe than sorry.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, if that's not why you've paid us a visit, then why have you come here? Is it more of a playdate?
No, Mealy. Of all things, they wouldn't just come here to play.
And yet they did.
Actually, yes. That's exactly it.
Seriously?
Although, I think calling it a play date is rather misleading. You went to the trouble of visiting us yesterday, but we had to cut it short so Mel could say her daily prayer, remember? She felt so bad about that.
I wanted to talk to you some more, Miss Amelia. So I pestered Tiga into allowing me to visit you today.
So that's why you came to see her. You're more than welcome, but...
Right. I apologize, but to tell the truth, I've been summoned to the royal castle today.
Ah, by the Council of Wise Men?
Yes, so I need to get going soon. I'm so sorry. You went out of your way to come here.
No, I'm the one who's sorry. This is divine retribution for barging in on someone without asking first.
That seems like a very big jump of conclusions.
The heavens must be quite prepared to so readily hand out punishment.
I'd hate to live under a heaven that punishes you for trying to be thoughtful.
Regardless, I do see that this was bad timing. Are you all going to accompany Miss Amelia then?
No, only Miss Amelia and Lord Roswell will be heading to the royal castle. Rem and everyone else have another matter to tend to.
Oh? Something of higher priority than escorting Miss Amelia to the royal castle?
I don't like the way you said that. There's a method to our madness, and it might just benefit the entire royal capital.
Everyone in the royal capital, you say?
Sounds interesting. Do you mind telling us?
Let's see. Should I, Mealy?
I don't think there's any reason we should keep quiet about it. You're not the type to keep secrets from your friends anyway, right, Subaru?
Alright, then with Mealy's permission...
Huh? What's up?
Seeing as you came here with Melty, I assume you have time to spare today?
I wouldn't say I have spare time, but I don't have any plans for now. Escorting Mel is my main duty.
That's perfect. Then do you want to join in?
Join in? In what?
It'd be troubling if you were suckering us into something dubious like gambling. I'm a deeply devout man. Allegedly.
Devout people wouldn't say that. Anyway, it's rather simple. We might have a way to take out the Dusk Bandits. We were supposed to meet here.
Mr. Natsuki, over here!
Ah.
Over here! So, how did it go?
Hey, morning to you too. I had a good dream last night.
I see. That's great to hear. So, how did the business offer turn out?
Right, I'll introduce you. You met Rem yesterday, but this is her sister Rom.
Huh? Oh, yes, hello. No, wait, but before that...
Sure is some nice weather today. Definitely a good day for a picnic.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Is it that fun pushing my buttons?
Yes, Otto. Yes, it is.
I feel like I was born for this. Don't make me say something like that. It's so embarrassing.
That really is embarrassing. What a sad life.
You are so noisy with your complaints. Well, Barusu, what exactly is this?
Don't treat him like a thing. This guy's the key to everything.
He's a traitor. His name's Otto. As of yesterday, he's on the verge of bankruptcy.
In other words, he is a merchant who lacks talent for the trade.
You sisters are so harsh. It may sound like I'm making excuses, but I have confidence in my skills.
Well, you're the only one.
I just had a bit of bad luck.
Nobody blames everything on bad luck as passionately as this guy.
Anyway, that's enough of my sob story. Mr. Natsuki, what about our promise?
Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you a bit. Here, this is the contract. Roswell's signature is right there.
Wow! I'll read it over at once. There's no mistake. This is the real deal. I've done it! I finally sold off all that oil!
All that's left is to deliver it to the manor. Now then, that settles that matter.
Whew. Yes, thank you for your patronage. You really saved me. I owe you my life, Mr. Natsuki.
Your real savior is Lord Roswell. After all, he is the one who is paying you.
Well, I'd be happier if your debt of gratitude was toward Mealy, not me. Also...
Ah, yes, I know. What you requested yesterday. You kept your promise to buy my oil, so I'll keep my end of the bargain as well. With that said, excuse me, over here!
Mr. Otto, are they the ones?
Yes, they're the ones I mentioned. You require an escort, right?
Well, yes, that's true, but...
The young man eyes us uneasily. Well, I get how he feels. After all, he heard about strong guards, but instead he sees me and a pair of maids.
I apologize for sounding rude, but I wasn't looking for servants.
Whoa, hang on. I get why you're so hesitant, but there's nothing to worry about. It's true that these two maids are highly skilled with housework, but they don't just cook and clean. Underneath those maid outfits, they're all-purpose sisters who guard over the manor.
I see.
I do not agree with how Barisu phrased it, but I cannot say he is in the wrong.
Yes, we will strive to meet Subaru's... no, your expectations.
I also take responsibility for recommending them. I think they'll serve you well.
Do you have any proof of that?
Go ahead and tell him yourself, Mr. Natsuki.
Yeah, it's simple, really. We won't be the only ones guarding you. Someone who can really hold their own will be joining us. I can vouch for their expertise.
Oh, you're already here, Subaru?
Yeah, we were waiting for you. You didn't get lost along the way, did you?
Don't worry, I'm not a child. Besides, your friend kinda stands out.
Friend. So you're here too, Julius.
It's like gathering all the knights together to go deal with the Dusk Bandits.
That's quite the greeting. Miss Anastasia commanded me to be here, so how could I refuse?
Well, I guess since you're here, you better give it your all.
That is what I intend on doing. Miss Anastasia will be rather pleased if we manage to settle everything today.
Yeah.
Mr. Natsuki, are they...
That's right. There are extra protection today. As you can tell, they've got some skills.
And swords.
I am sure I will be of some use to you.
If the finest is only of some use, I won't be much more help.
Don't worry, you're way more help than me. I don't even have a sword.
Is that supposed to inspire me?
Don't look so dejected. You said you'd help, but I start to worry when you look like that.
Well, what little power I have, I intend on using. If the Dusk Bandits should appear, we can't just ignore them.
I see. Then I have high hopes. By the way, what about Melty? How did you convince her to stay behind?
Well...
It was pretty careless of me to bring up something so serious at the inn, after all. I feel bad for tearing you away from her, but what did you...
At the inn, when Melty heard about us guarding the traders and the fact that the Dusk Bandits could appear, she had a pretty intense reaction.
She was incredibly persistent about wanting to help out. Even I could feel the pressure.
Yes, about that. I'm sorry if she alarmed you.
Well, I get how she feels. I have trouble stopping Mealy when she gets like that too. So...
I'm sorry I'm late!
Melty's here.
Huh?
It took a while to prepare, but I'm totally ready now.
Wait, what? Melty?
Subaru, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
I'm the one who's confused here. Does this shocked face look like an act to you? Hey, Tiga! What's going on here?
You said it yourself. It's hard to talk Miss Amelia out of something when she sets her mind to it. My Mel is the same way.
That's no excuse. Taking Melty along with us is totally not okay.
Calm down, Subaru.
How can I calm down? Say something about this!
I understand how you feel, but don't cause such a ruckus. Miss Melty is still just an ordinary person.
What?
With the royal selection postponed, the royal candidates have yet to be revealed to the public. If word of this spreads, anyone with reprehensible intentions may come out of the woodwork. For instance, that man in the mask.
I see. Your face may get on my nerves, but you make a really good point.
Ignoring your former remark, I am glad you understand. Now all that's left is...
Right. We have to convince Melty ourselves. It seems Tiga's pretty useless in that regard.
I apologize.
It's my responsibility as the one who asked you here. Melty, I have something to talk to...
I'm Melty, one of those helping you out today. I'll do my best not to cause any trouble.
Oh, yes. No, not at all. I'd like to say the same to you. I'm much obliged.
Melty's charm.
Yes. I look forward to working together.
Well, I guess we're not.
Hopeless.
The way Melty is liked by everyone is what makes her so adorable.
Aww, he's simping over Melty like Subaru simps over Emilia.
Goodness. It seems this journey won't be easy.
I'll do my very best not to hold you back. I'm excited to work with everyone. Yes, likewise. We will be counting on you, since you specialize in healing magic. I'm still no match compared to more experienced healers, though.
There is no need for such modesty. The men will surely act as meat shields for us.
Oh god, Ramp.
Meat shields? That sounds powerful.
No, they will be sacrificed to save us.
We're going to sacrifice them?
Of course. What else would you do with men? The ladies in the dragon carriage continue their lively chatter.
On the other hand...
What is it?
Is something bothering you?
Not really. Just realizing that I don't enjoy being surrounded by a bunch of good-looking guys.
Oh, is that a compliment? It seems Subaru is praising us by calling us handsome.
I would prefer to be evaluated by my swordsmanship or knightly conduct, but I appreciate this as well. It seems even you are capable of honest praise.
Don't put words in my mouth!
Man, Julius always drives me crazy. We just aren't compatible, down to the DNA. It was cruel of Anastasia to make us bring him along. We've been hired by a young trader to guard him on the road. Our goal is to secure his gratitude, allowing us to meet with his caravan.
In order to make the lottery a reality, we will need the required assets, an understanding of its mechanisms, and implement it on a grand scale. If we can borrow the influence of a caravan, it'll be possible to get everything up and running.
That'll help move things along really quick. Otto may look like an ordinary guy, but he's the one who can hook us up with a caravan.
You didn't need to add the part about me being ordinary. Besides, there is something else, Mr. Natsuki. Something I need fulfilled.
I know. The oil, right? I'll talk to Roswell about that. So...
I'll recommend your group as guards to an acquaintance of mine trying to link back up with the caravan. That much I understand.
What thorough preparations? Unless... Has luck played a hand in this too? How amusing, Natsuki. In that case... Julius, can I ask a favor?
Whatever you wish, Miss Anastasia.
Then, tomorrow, can you accompany Natsuki and go to the caravan? I'd hate to just leave everything to him, only for negotiations to fall through.
What? Him? But, Anastasia, that's...
No, this matter is settled. You wish for us to be allies, right? Then what better time than now to start getting along with one another?
Then I will be seeing you tomorrow. Not to worry, I am reluctant about this as well.
Hey, don't fight!
Of course, Julius is welcome for his fighting prowess, but...
What is it? You've been staring at me for a while.
Nothing. I'm totally not thinking about how if you weren't here, Melty, Tiga, and I would have had a fun picnic together.
It seems to me you just admitted to thinking exactly that.
Come on, Subaru. Just accept the reality of the situation and grow up. He's cooperating with us, but you're being rude to him.
Are you really taking his side?
This is a serious problem. What exactly did you do to him, Julius?
I do not remember what Julius did to poor Subaru.
Sorry, I have no idea. I don't remember doing anything to him that would make him react with such hostility toward me.
I get why they're confused. I'm the only one who remembers how awful the first meeting between Julius and me was.
But I won't forget. That time you slobbered all over Mealy's pure hand.
He's making some pretty disgraceful claims about you.
He can say what he wants. I say to compare our usual behavior and determine whether his nonsense is believable or not.
You think you're so cool.
But he is cool. Just accept your loss here, Subaru.
The judge has confirmed my defeat. He was probably paid off.
You'd go that far just to win, huh?
As the victor, I will brush aside that comment. Regardless, she is quite the mystery.
Do you mean Melty? What's so mysterious about her? I think the other candidates are way more eccentric. Melty is much more soothing to the soul.
After all, the others are a noble, and arrogant despot, a foreign merchant, and a back-alley princess.
Mealy is extraordinarily cute, but Melty is a solid runner-up.
Well now, that'll be good to keep in the back of my mind. Next time we meet, I'll be sure to report that to Miss Amelia.
Don't tell her that!
Nothing good would come from it. I know they'd both just be offended.
You reflect on that while we get back to the topic at hand. Miss Melty is quite the enigma.
Like Subaru, I must also ask what you mean by that. I'm curious to hear the finest's evaluation of my Mel.
It is how she carries herself, and the aura she has about her. Of course, I believe her being a nun from the Transcendent Dragon Church is part of that. She's easy to approach, and her tone of voice and articulation. Both are pure, and seem to be learned traits. At the very least, one is not born with such skills.
A good point.
I don't get it. What exactly are you trying to say?
It is quite draining to lecture a bad student, but I mean that Miss Melty's very being is somewhat irregular. Like a bird that normally cannot swim, but learned through grueling effort.
I feel like your beliefs are obscured by that poetic tongue of yours.
Honestly, Julius's analysis doesn't click with me at all, even though he's probably right. Still, I try to explain it in my own way, summarizing his remarks.
Bird that learned how to swim. Do you mean she's a hard worker?
More or less. There's no mistaking that. Miss Melty must have made strenuous efforts to get to where she is today.
That's it? Why didn't you say that from the start? You're always so cryptic about these things.
It's a nasty habit of mine. I'll try to be more direct next time.
Yeah, you should. Hey, Tiga, you okay?
Huh?
You've been quiet for a while. Was his analysis so off the mark you were struck speechless?
Even if he did think as much, asking such a thing so openly in front of me is quite rude, is it not?
Ha! What a sore loser!
You're a troublesome one.
Julius shakes his head in disappointment, and I snap back. Then, as we glare at each other...
Off the mark? Not at all. I guess he is not the finest for nothing.
Tiga? Did you just say something?
No, nothing. I just hope nothing happens along the way.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Although we can't say for sure just yet.
While I would have loved to share Tiga's earnest hope, I feel conflicted not being able to do so. If we link up with the caravan without incident, we might fulfill our goal. In that case, the Dusk Bandits would be left unchecked. Their victims still won't be able to sleep at night. We stopped the Dusk Bandits before, and I saw the people who were saved as a result, so I feel a sense of responsibility. a responsibility to get rid of them, to save the people terrorized by them.
If I don't, I won't be able to sleep at night.
Are you okay, Subaru?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Did I have a scary look on my face?
No, not at all. You're not scary, not one bit.
She lied. She lied a lot.
It's not very convincing.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. More importantly, how are you holding up, Melty? Suddenly joining us like this.
I appreciate your concern, but I decided to do this myself. I wanted to help out.
You're pretty brave, Melty, but you're a nun. Escorting a traitor isn't part of your duties, right?
That's not actually the case. I visit other churches all over the place, so I travel quite a lot.
Ah, no wonder. You seem pretty used to all this wandering around.
Huh? Really? What makes you think that?
Well, you don't have a lot of luggage. My first impression was that you'd be dragging around a bunch of unnecessary crap.
You had the wrong idea.
Sorry. So, you're used to traveling, huh? Have you ever been outside Lagunica?
Yes, I have. My hometown isn't actually part of the Kingdom of Lagunica.
Wait, you're not from around here?
That's right. Ah! I wasn't supposed to say that.
Really? Well, I guess being a foreigner does hurt your chances as a royal candidate.
Anastasia isn't from Lagunica either, but she's a grand merchant of Kararagi, which is enough prestige to overcome that issue.
Subaru? About what I just said.
Now, what to do with this info?
Subaru!
I'm joking. Don't worry, it'll be our little secret.
Yes, thank you very much. Phew, what a relief.
But can I ask you something? Where exactly are you from, Melty?
We're from Faradar.
Faradar?
It's very far south from here. That's where I lived with my family.
Melty gazes out the window of the dragon carriage as she speaks. The dragon carriage moves fast enough to overtake the wind. The scenery is probably much different from her homeland. Still, the emotion in her eyes as she fondly remembers the past stirs my heart. A home so far out of reach. In that sense, Melty and I have something in common. We spend a while together in silence until...
Whoa! So soft. Score!
Subaru.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Hey, Subaru! Get away from Mel! Also...
We've stopped all of a sudden. There's no mistake something's happened.
Could it be bandits? In that case, sister.
Yes, I know. I shall take a look, so stay quiet for now. Also die, Barasu.
So deadpan. She's just like, die, Barasu.
No, wait! I'm sorry!
I managed to stand and help Melty up, who had squished me. When I look over, I see Ram with her eyes closed. She's using her clairvoyance, a special ability that allows her to synchronize her sight with others. Finally, after several moments, Ram speaks.
The caravan ahead of our dragon carriage is being attacked. Is that...
The Dusk Bandits!
You should have been more careful than to camp around here.
Go! Steal! It's been too long. This ain't nearly enough to satisfy us! Stop, please!
Well,
Yeah, scream! Run away! I'll never get tired of this!
Wait!
What?
Please wait. I'll give you whatever you want, without resistance. So please, don't kill anyone. We won't resist in any way.
Quit your whining!
Oh, damn.
Leader! You won't put up a fight? What a joke! You can't resist us! You can't do anything! You're not in charge here anymore. Your lives, business, belongings, everything! We'll do whatever we damn well please with it. That's what it means to have power.
Please don't.
Pathetic. You really are weak. I can't watch this anymore. Guys, put him out of his misery.
It's nothing personal. Open your eyes, you coward! Take the... Huh?
That scream. What the hell? He went flying! Who did that? If you think I'm gonna let you off easy for that, then...
Then what?
Of course we wouldn't ignore such blatant acts of barbarism.
Man, it's tough to rile me up. But this is really making my blood boil.
What? Who are you?
No need to worry. We have no names to offer you.
We're following your footsteps here. You did say something similar, if I recall.
Those with power get to do as they please. It's an easy concept to understand. However, those who talk like that never expect to wind up on the losing side.
Go.
Who said you could give the order?
Why would I not? I will focus on giving out orders from the back. Do not be idle, Barasu. Dance for me.
Dancing won't help anyone. I'm gonna do what needs to be done.
Bring the injured over here. I'll help them with my healing magic. Subaru, you help too.
Got it. Hey, leader, can you stand?
Can you really take on the Dust Bandits with only 3 people?
They're 3 really strong people.
Oh, don't worry about them. They'll be fine. You...
I lend a shoulder to the unconvinced leader, looking at Rem and the others as they start fighting the Dusk Bandits. Bandits specialize in tormenting the weak, but what can they do if they're faced with overwhelming power?
Their best plan of action now is to run for their lives.
Through the skies over the plains, the screams of the bandits could be heard, along the sounds of destruction that were almost pleasant to hear.
You really came through for us back there. How could we ever repay you?
The leader, who invited us to his tent, bows deeply. The Dusk Bandits were soundly annihilated by Rem, Julius, and Tiga. The caravan had been successfully defended. Greatly relieved, it's natural for the merchants and their leader to be overjoyed.
No, please. We're just glad everyone's safe. It's mostly thanks to the incredible foresight of the merchant who brought us.
No, not at all. It's all because you and everyone else helped us, Mr. Natsuki.
You should take credit where it's due, you know?
Think nothing of it. If anything, it was good of Mr. Otto for having recommended you to me.
I don't think he deserves that much credit. Alright then, we happily accept your words of gratitude.
While Otto's contribution was big, it would be annoying if he took all the credit.
Anyway, Rem and Melty are caring for the injured. What about the rest of the caravan?
Yes, about that. While we have people capable of using healing magic, they were the ones targeted first.
So they started attacking the defensive line. Their strategy seems well thought out. That must be why they're so notorious.
But that ends today. To think we'd actually put them in their place. Subaru certainly has great intuition. It's as if you knew beforehand that they would appear.
Oh, stop. If I knew that, I would have had more people help us out.
It's good that the Dusk Bandits are taken care of, but that won't bring back the people they kill. I had avoided confrontation with them earlier to save Amelia, the manor, and the villagers from the witch cult. I don't intend to forget that. In a way, I chose who would end up hurt here.
Subaru? It's nothing. That'd be something if I really could predict the future.
I don't understand why you would be so distressed about this. However, it was the right call to bring Tiga, Miss Rem, and Dai along. If you hadn't, the Dusk Bandits surely would have escaped after thoroughly terrorizing this caravan. Many innocent citizens would have lost more than a place to shop. On behalf of the kingdom, I thank you. I also thank you as a Knight of the Royal Guard. You did indeed show the correct judgment in this situation.
Julius, you really are obnoxious.
Bro.
I was merely complimenting you. Goodness, you certainly don't make it easy.
Julius laughs smugly, and I scratch my head while cursing him. I feel a little better, though it bugs me that he's the cause of it.
It seems you have wonderful companions.
He's not my companion. He's not even my friend. Wait, what is he to me? We're something like a dog and a cat.
I don't understand your comparison. Would I be the dog or the cat?
Cunning like a cat or loyal like a dog?
Don't think about it so seriously. Anyway, if you're all right, I have something I wanted to talk to you about.
With me? Then please ask away. I am forever in your debt after all. So long as it is not a loan, I am willing to listen to your request.
You wouldn't give the person who saved your life any monetary reward?
Human relations are easily warped when money is involved.
That's a good point. I see. So even the other worlds share this view. Feeling impressed, I lick my lips and get to the matter at hand. Exterminating the Dusk Bandits is a nice bonus, but our true goal...
To tell the truth, the chairwoman of the Hoshin Company, Anastasia Hoshin, would like to form a partnership of sorts with you.
As the leader and merchants look on with interest, I explain the idea of the lottery and the Hoshin Company's cooperation. The caravan had influence in the kingdom and other countries, and with their network, the feasibility of the lottery would increase. It could become a huge business.
That's what we're proposing. So how about it? Is it something you would consider?
It is an interesting proposal, but this Anastasia Hoshin...
Oh? Does something bother you about her?
No, nothing in particular. Actually, there is something, but it's nothing bad per se.
Go on.
The city-state of Kararagi. It is rife with famous merchants, but the name of the businesswoman who has displayed such acumen despite her young age is well known among us all. After all, the Hoshin Company is a leading figure in Kararagi. Having been born from nothing yet gaining so much, it was no wonder she was called a modern-day Hoshin of the Wastes. As a fellow merchant, I respect her position. In that regard, the opportunity to work with her would certainly be more than enough reason to consider it.
So then...
Mr. Natsuki, you make a wonderful proposal. However, there is one thing I'd like to confirm. Did this proposal truly come from Anastasia Hoshin?
You can rest assured on that end. After all...
I give my word as witness. My master, Miss Anastasia Hoshin, would never rescind on her contracts.
Your master?
Yes. I stake my honor and name as a knight of the Royal Guard. Julius Eucleus.
Julius? Could you be the finest of knights himself?
Whoa, you've got some major brand recognition.
You may not be the Sword Saint, but the name of the finest is renowned throughout the kingdom. Any merchant with a sharp ear for information would know that title.
He's more popular than I thought.
Why do you act like that only toward Julius?
If Sir Julius, the finest, calls Miss Anastasia his master, does that mean...
I shall avoid any comments on the matter. Nothing has been made public after all.
I see.
The hidden meaning behind the conversation between Julius and the leader is referring to the unannounced matters regarding the royal selection. In fact, neither the candidates nor the event have actually been announced, so their exchange has been extremely cautious. With that in mind, promoting Emilia to the traders in that first loop was pretty illogical.
I really regret that now.
I understand. I agree with this arrangement.
Whoa, wait! That was a quick decision! Now that's decisiveness!
It is much appreciated. I assure you that you have nothing to lose in all this.
Oh no. Every man must take some risks in their lives. If it so happens to be a major business deal with a young prodigy, then who am I to turn my back on such an undertaking?
He's the real deal. Well, I can kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, he's clearly hoping for a big payout.
Oh? You want to run a successful business too?
I wonder about that. Do give it more thought, bestie.
Nice. Tiga smiles as he calls me bestie. I can tell we're growing closer.
Subaru, what does he mean by bestie?
Don't worry about it. I'll never let the likes of you get the chance to say it.
Damn! Bro, holy shit.
Why?
Poor Julius, he actually looks sad there. With that, our discussion with the caravan ends safely, and we depart back to the royal capital.
So the negotiations went well? I'm glad to hear it.
Inside the dragon carriage on the way back, Melty expresses relief at the results of our discussions.
Yeah, we managed, somehow. It's partly thanks to you too, Melty. Thanks. I really mean it.
No, I didn't really do anything. Please do not be so humble. Without Miss Melty, we would not have been able to save so many injured people.
No matter how cute and capable Rem is, healing that many would have been too much to handle. The fact that no one died in this chaos is something we would have been unable to accomplish without you. I think you should be proud.
Rem.
Why are you acting so high and mighty? Only Rem and Melty can use healing magic.
Now, Rom seemed to also be giving treatment effectively. It wasn't just healing magic that helped these people. Right, Rom?
That is Miss Rom to you.
Damn, Rom.
So says Miss Rom.
You're so tough.
The truth is that without the contributions made by Miss Melty and the others, we may not have been able to settle upon our agreement. If there had been casualties rather than just the injured, their leader wouldn't have taken too kindly to our proposal. You have my deepest thanks.
Well,
Mel, that's a really bad habit of yours.
Tita?
Everyone is showing you their genuine gratitude. You should just go ahead and accept it. Or what? Do you think those injured people were just pretending to be grateful?
Tita, you meanie.
Oh, he is being kind of mean, though. Melty says as she pouts her lips, but it looks like the opposite is true to me. Tiga's tone and gaze are always gentle enough to make my chest hurt. I'm sure he adores her from the bottom of his heart. I can see that with my own eyes.
I'm the same way about Mealy. Seems like we've both got our fair share of trouble, bestie.
I said it back once and you latched onto it.
What did you expect? Ever since we met, I thought we'd get along really well. Just like after the first time I met Julius, I knew we would never click.
Agreed.
I think you two get along in your own special way.
Miss Melty, is something the matter? Oh, no, I just don't know if I should really be happy or not.
That is quite a strange thing to worry about. There should not be anything to deliberate when someone praises you. Miss Melty, you should puff out your small chest with pride.
Small chest with pride, okay.
You didn't have to call it small.
Nice. Nice.
But besides, yours is the same size as mine.
I am proud to call myself a most perfect being.
Yes, sister is perfect in every way. Just standing near her always takes Rem's breath away.
That is called asthma, and you may want to get checked.
Your charm leaves me breathless as well. We are a perfect match.
Indeed, we are. You two get along really well.
Yes, we are sisters after all.
Yes, sisters. I'm jealous. You get to be with your family.
The dragon carriage returns us safely to the royal capital. After a successful negotiation and the defeat of the Dust Bandits, I'm filled with satisfaction. Maybe that's why I've completely forgotten something so important.
Are you the ones who defeated the Dusk Bandits?
You guys are awesome! You have avenged my husband. I don't know how to thank you.
Oof.
Ah, crap.
The moment we return to the royal capital, we're met with cheers from a huge crowd of citizens, and I curse my lack of forethought. By eliminating the Dusk Bandits and sending the captured men to the royal capital, of course word of our achievement would spread. This welcome is exactly like when we defeated them on the road from the estate to the capital.
This is bad. If they find out that our camp did this, they'll know about Amelia.
Is there some issue with that? This would be rather favorable for Miss Amelia's campaign.
I know that, but that's not all there is to it.
Rem's thinking is the same as mine was. It's not wrong if you're only considering the royal selection. This would be great for her image, so we should make it as public as possible in that sense. But
we haven't fully prepared ourselves yet.
Barusu, I know what you are implying.
Ram?
It would be rather inconvenient for Miss Amelia's name to spread to the public. Is that what you are referring to?
I gulp at Ram's question. It's somewhat off. From what? Common sense, you could say. It's a strangely unnatural question. After all, to make that conclusion, she would need to know the inconveniences that lie ahead.
What do you mean, Ram?
Lord Roswell said as much. He mentioned that if anything unexpected arose, we should listen to Barusu's advice.
Roswell said that? About me?
He knows way... I feel like he's probably... He knows something.
I resent doing so, but Lord Roswell's orders are absolute, so I shall listen to whatever suggestions you may have, Barusu.
Ram's answer gives me nothing but more questions. However, all I can do is accept it. I feel grateful for Roswell's willingness to accept anything, even if it's out there.
Alright, Ram. If I tell you to spin around 3 times and bark like a dog...
Then I would run around your corpse and bark.
Nice. I love her snapbacks.
How did I end up a corpse? Anyway, thanks. I really do want to avoid spreading Amelia's name around here. That's why...
I understand. We can have Miss Melty and that knight from Miss Anastasia's camp take the credit. It is regrettable doing so, but if we must... Are you okay with that as well, Rem?
Yes, I understand. While I do not fully comprehend why, whatever Subaru decides must have a profound reason behind it.
Rem, you need to not have such blind trust.
You're going way too far!
What have you been going on about? Can't you hear their voices of gratitude? It is our duty to respond to them.
Right, but...
Do you have a problem with doing so?
To be completely honest, it'd be a bit of a hassle if we stood out any more than we already do right now.
What? You too, then.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Regarding Miss Melty and Tiga, they also said they wish for their involvement in subjugating the Dusk Bandits to not be mentioned.
Say what? Why would they want to do that?
I could ask you the same.
We've got our own circumstances. Where is Melty, anyway?
Miss Melty and Tiga already snuck away from the back of the dragon carriage.
That's...
What are you doing? Hurry up and go.
Ram?
Even if Barusu remains here, he will not be useful in mitigating the public's perception.
You wish to speak to Miss Melty, no? We will take care of this issue with Sir Julius.
I see. No, this is a big help. Is it really okay of me to ask you to do that?
Do not make me say it twice.
Yes. Please leave it to us.
Got it. I'm counting on you. While I hate to give you all the credit, Julius.
While your circumstances are rather unclear, boosting Miss Anastasia's renown is favorable for us. However...
What now?
If an opportunity should ever present itself, I would like to reveal the truth of the matter regarding today's events. This was all a result of you seeking our help to combine forces. I cannot be so selfish as to monopolize all this praise.
Yeah, I know. Just appreciate the spotlight for the time being. Anyway, I'll leave the rest to you.
Yes. Please be careful, Subaru.
What's the worst that could happen?
Wait up!
Subaru?
What is it?
Don't give me that, that's my line. You surprised me with your disappearing act back there.
Sorry about that. I guess I just felt a bit uncomfortable.
What, you mean with all the cheering? But don't you think you should be praised for the good deeds you did?
Then, did you come get us to bring us back there, Subaru?
No, I ran out of there too.
Then you're the same as us!
Were you getting jittery too, Subaru?
I guess we're all just a bunch of jitterbugs. I have my own reasons, so I don't want to be in the limelight right now. It'd just get in the way of my job as a hero.
Hero?
No, don't think about it, Mel. There's no point questioning him further on that.
You sound like you know me so well.
We were besties before I knew it, after all.
Anyway, that's why I slipped away. I also wanted to thank you two properly. Thanks for working with us. Especially you, Melty. Fighting bandits could have been dangerous for you.
No, it's fine. I'm the one who made you take me with you.
That really scared me personally. When we saw the Dusk Bandits, I thought we were in real trouble having brought Mel along.
Are you treating me like a child again?
Oof.
Now, that's not what I mean. I just didn't want you to see my scary fighting face.
You mean your face is scary? It's too late for that. I've already seen your face.
Oh, damn.
Your faith in me might plummet if you saw a side of me you aren't used to seeing.
It's also possible her heart might skip a beat or two seeing your wild side come out.
I didn't think about that. Is it true, Mel? Did your heart flutter?
Not really. You're always so cool, Tiga.
You're being nice to me? Are you an imposter?
Just take the compliment!
Jeez, there you go teasing me again, Tiga.
Maybe she doesn't trust you because you say stuff like this all the time?
If I could stop being like this, we wouldn't be where we've been for so long.
Tiga's remark is piteous. Piteous? Piteous. And I can't tell whether he's given up or not.
It must be rough having this guy as your childhood friend, Melty.
Yes, but that's not all there is to him. Tiga is always helping me. He even came with me when I joined the church. Even though he probably has other things he wants to do, Tiga always makes me his #1 priority. That's why I'm always...
Always what?
Being helped. By Tiga and many others.
Mel...
I don't think you need to let it weigh on your mind so much. People do what they want to do.
That's not good enough. I can't be content with that. That's why, even today,
Her heavy muttering sounds full of remorse and self-admonishment. Oh, her heavy muttering sounds full of remorse and self-admonishment. What could be bothering her so much? I want to ask her, but...
Enough.
What?
The sudden exclamation stops me in surprise. When I see where it's coming from, I'm surprised even more. Standing there is...
Solemn?
Yes.
What are you doing here? Is this a coincidence? Or maybe not. Meeting you like this in the royal capital must mean...
The music went away. Creepy.
Solemn, wait.
Huh? What's going on?
I didn't hear anything about this. Why are you here?
Is he? Okay, I feel like Solemn might be the masked guy wolf.
Typical. At least explain yourself in your own words every once in a while.
This got really tense suddenly. Tiga shouts with unconcealed anger as he faces the quiet Solemn. His unexpected forcefulness immediately silences me. Tiga and Solemn are from the same village, yet they're arguing, and I'm more than likely involved in their discussion. But I don't know what's really happening. I'm left out.
Stop fighting! Why are you two even arguing? Melty, say something. Melty?
I ask Melty for support since I don't think I can handle it myself, but looking at her leaves me breathless once more. Melty's face has gone pale, and she stares at Solemn in a daze. She shakes her head in refusal, breathing out hoarsely.
No. Why?
Oh, is this where we die again? I feel like it is.
Mel, calm down. I'll settle this. So,
Calm down. Don't joke like that. You're the one who needs to calm down, Tiga.
Is that Melty? I think it sounds like her voice.
You're blind to this whole situation. You have your own job to do. Remember that.
Puka, you are that's not the voice I remember you having.
Puka, you...
Solemn remains silent, and Tiga's expression changes. Melty cowers in fear as Puka, so terribly cold, speaks. What exactly is this? What's going on? What are they trying to do? The only thing I know for sure is...
Don't ignore me! I can tell I'm involved in this somehow. What are you all talking about?
Subaru.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Subaru Natsuki. Don't think you can just ignore a loudmouth like me and continue your conversation in peace. I can blab on and on forever. So if you don't want to experience that, you better fix your attitude.
The moment I say this...
Sorry, but we won't be chatting for very long.
What?
Suddenly, flames spout and shroud my sight, but I quickly dodge out of the way. Not a moment later, the flames scorch the road black right where I was standing.
If I hadn't dodged that just now... Hey, Puka! What are you...
Before I can finish, a faintly sweet aroma wafts through the air. Yup, that's Wolf's aroma. It's mixed with the burnt stench of the road, yet I can recall this hot, sweet scent.
Tell me this is...
The last time I smelled this was from an intense battle that feels long past, when I faced that dangerous person.
Whoa, you've got to be kidding me.
Solemn! Puka, stop!
Not a chance. Stand down, Tiga, and take Melty away.
But...
Those are the instructions given to us. Or do you have it in you to disobey for once?
Damn it! Come on, Mel!
No! Tiga! We can't! At this rate, Subaru will...
Melty clings to Tiga with a screaming plea. However, Tiga pulls her by the arm and tries to flee with her. She shouts desperately as she grabs his own arm.
Tiga, please! Listen to me!
I'm sorry, Mel. I can't give in to your pleas. I can't do as you tell me.
An expression of despair spreads across Melty's face. Her large eyes fill with tears as she looks at me. Tears stream down her white cheeks.
Subaru!
I don't know what's going on here, but...
Who should I glare at? Solemn, Puka, or Tiga? The details are too vague, and my field of vision turns bright red. The only thing I can say with certainty is...
How can you all gang up on a girl and make her cry like this?
That's not what I would be saying here, but okay.
Oh, good grief. What an agonizing thing to hear.
Agreed.
Tiga's expression turns bitter, and Puka smiles dryly. Then, after a short mutter, Solemn slowly takes out a certain mask I recognize from his pocket. That means...
The wolf! The malevolent masked magician!
In silence, he puts on the mask. After covering his body with a black robe, his attitude totally changes.
My turn! It's my turn now.
You've gotta be kidding me!
I had a certain expectation the moment I recognized that flame with the sweet aroma, but this change wasn't it. After changing his appearance to wolf, Solemn laughs like a different person, then points at me with his malice on full display. There's no trace of that unsophisticated young man, awkward yet kind, who brings lost children home to their parents.
Was it all an act? Hey! Answer me, Solemn!
Sorry to interrupt your shouting, but he can't hear you now. You see, he's deeply, soundly asleep.
What? That weakling's time is over. Now
I get to do as I please. Don't you worry, Puka. I'll get the job done.
I certainly don't doubt you. That's why I'm lending you my power.
Good, good, good. I'm getting excited. Our opponent's super weak, but bullying the weak is my true calling.
Should you really be causing such a ruckus? We're on the main road in the royal capital. Someone could interfere like last time.
I appreciate the concern, but I won't screw up again. Take a good look.
At Wolf's prompting, I slowly look around and realize what he means. This is a road in the royal capital, in the shopping district, yet there are no people. What's going on?
This place is normally so crowded. What did you do?
Since you finally noticed, it's just a little old trick of mine.
A trick?
This.
Saying that, Wolf thrusts his hands toward me. I scowl at the gesture, but immediately realize what he wants to show me. When I see them, I can't hide my shock. On his palms?
Are those eyes on your hands?
Sorry if it looks a little creepy. Call it a family trait. Think of it like someone's natural hair color or the number of fingers you're supposed to have. This is the backbone of my special skill. Approaching this place makes you feel more exhausted. Wouldn't that make you want to leave?
Despite Wolf's teasing manner of speech, I get the gist of what he's done. The strange eyes on his palms give him the power to suck mana from others, and he used that to keep everyone away. Merely approaching this area makes your body feel a little more tired. He's made good use of that subtle discomfort.
Yes, that's a good reaction. It was well worth explaining my trick. You're a good audience member, which is why this is most regrettable. Once that sick woman put her eyes on you, it was all over. So tragic.
Do you ever shut up?
Oh? Not gonna beg for your ride.
You're gonna kill me anyway. But you'll leave the other two alone, won't you?
Facing Wolf, I ask about Melty and Tiga, who are standing behind me.
I can tell you two are somehow related to all this, but that's another story altogether.
You won't touch a single hair on their heads.
Because you're quite literally working with them.
Well, that's a relief. Then all that's left for me is to resist you with everything I've got.
Resist us, huh? You don't even have that demon girl with you. Your little ace in the hole. What makes you think you can beat me?
I don't. But even if I know I won't, this is just one of those times where I've gotta put up a fight anyway.
My legs shake, my voice trembles. My show of courage is an obvious bluff. How much can I resist? Am I gonna die here?
How sad, being so powerless. If only your heart was just as weak, you could have given up and made it easier for yourself.
Give up? Sorry, but I've never even heard of such a phrase.
I have to resist with everything I've got. Filled with determination, I smile. Then, Wolf spits out those words and charges at me. He's too fast, I can't react at all. At the precise moment his attack is about to reach me,
Stop! Please, stop! Big brother!
Melty's shout echoes into the glowing evening sky. I'm in a dark place, time stretching on and on. I'm on a cold floor, feeling like my body's been strewn out on it. I had already been positioned like this when I woke up. My lungs hurt with every port's breath, and my throat is completely parched. What exactly happened? Why am I in a place like this, in this empty darkness?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Sakura, I gotta guess. In the dark, there's a sudden voice. I don't know. No, I do know it. I know it, but I can't recall who it is right now. It's not one I'm used to hearing, but it's not my first time hearing it. A voice that's definitely in my memories. The owner...
It's about time you got up now. If you sleep for too long, you'll be in big trouble. Right, Subaru?
Suddenly, something stuck to my face is taken off, and my pitch-black vision turns white. My eyes, closed for so long, are overwhelmed by even the smallest invasion of light. But the painful shock slowly fades, and my vision gradually clears. When my eyes fully open, I find myself in hell.
Ah, you're up. Good morning, Subaru. Or should I say, afternoon.
A smiling woman stands before me. I know this woman, someone who always smiles like that. But her smile now only serves to remind me how terribly abnormal she is. My body is tied up. I can't move. I'm lying down on the bare ground. I can only move my eyes, so I use them to gauge my surroundings. I look around inside the room.
Oh dear, what a terrible scream. Your disgust for them might hurt their feelings, you know.
The woman puffs her cheeks. Everything around her is completely packed with creeping figures. At her feet, on the walls, on the ceiling. They're all insects. Insects with bizarre, repulsive appearances that make my skin crawl at the sight of them. Countless numbers of them crawl throughout the room. A church should be beautiful, solemn, and wondrous, but the sight of such disgusting things crawling around it might truly be blasphemous.
What is this? What the hell is going on here?
Oh, come now. Do calm down. If you make such a fuss, you'll startle the mono-wasps, you know?
Mono-wasps? They don't disgust you?
I think they're quite cute, actually.
I can barely contain my disgust, yet this woman, Sakura, only smiles sweetly. Seeing that, I finally realize there's a sharp contrast from her smiles before. This one looks strange and foreign on her face.
Sakura, this church belongs to you?
Yes, very good. I've been doing my due diligence behind the scenes and out in the open this whole time, you know. Yet you surprise me with your inexplicable competence. I was quite flustered trying to keep up.
What did I do?
If I got to use that silver-haired half-devil even a little, most of my goal would have been accomplished. Yet it's thanks to you, Subaru, that it was all for naught.
As I listened, dumbfounded, Sakura counts with her fingers and continues on in discontent.
That band of thugs I hired. The assassin I prepared to add a little tension to things. The imposter story I planted to have everyone jump at shadows. You squashed them all before I even got to fully utilize them. Trying to garner allies for a half-devil of all things. Oh, Subaru, you're so kind.
At a loss for words as Sakura goes on and on about her crafty operations she conducted from behind the scenes. Every tormenting obstacle up until now was arranged by Sakura. She was irritated by her succession of failures.
You would go that far.
What was that?
You'd go that far to harm Amelia? You and that bastard.
The one I think of in that moment is my worst enemy. The one who caused the tragedy at the royal capital. Betelgeuse Romani Conti. Sakura calls Amelia a half-devil, and considering her schemes, I doubt she's unrelated to the witch cult. Filled with those thoughts, I turn my eyes, now filled with hatred, towards Sakura, but...
Did you say bastard? What an odd way to refer to her. Don't get me wrong. I detest her too, you know. But Mother being a bastard just sounds so strange.
Wait, Mother?
My eyes widen at Sakura's unexpected words.
Do you not know of her? Did I just say something unnecessary?
Oh, that smile is creepy.
My, what a careless blunder. You really are a strange boy, Subaru. You just make me want to blurt things out. I may just be punished for this like Melty and her friends.
What'd you just say?
Do you really want to know?
What did you do?
What a desperate face you're wearing. No, please stop. Are you trying to kill me with laughter? Your desperation is so adorable.
You! What did you do to Melty? Where is everyone else?
How strange of you to act like this. You should already be well aware by now that they are your enemies.
You?
Not to worry. Go on. Turn around and see for yourself. You should see some glimmer of hope in the darkness there.
Sakura's two sweet words slide into my ears and rattle my brain. With this strange, uncomfortable feeling, I twist my body and turn my neck to look behind me. And then... At first, I had no idea what it is. It just looks like a gathering of bugs in the corner of the room. Disgusting bugs gather at the corner of the room. It's a horrifying, repulsive spectacle, but the true horror comes a moment later. My senses beg me not to understand. My instincts shout that it shouldn't be understood. But my eyes and brain grasp what it is. But it crossed my mind, forcing me to realize what's happening. There, in the corner of the room, surrounded by countless bugs, is the sight of an immobile Melty being tormented.
How does it look? For those with distinguished tastes, this is quite the mouth-watering sight.
What the fuck is wrong with
A
you?
nun covered in an infinite number of insects. Her cute face covered in tears and filth. Isn't it breathtaking?
Get them off! Get them off! Get them off! Get them off! Get them off!
Yes, yes. No need to fuss. Melty is just fine, you see. She's used to this.
Ah, that's worse.
Maybe you should be more worried about her friend.
Sakura puts her hands together in front of her chest, and I shiver at her words. I try not to think, not to look, but I'm afraid I have no choice. There, covered in bugs next to Melty, is another mound of them. Unlike Melty, who had let out a whimper, this mound doesn't budge at all.
Tiga has long stopped moving.
Sakura confirms my premonition, almost as if she's enjoying tearing off my fingernails. That unmoving mound covered in bugs is Tiga, or it was Tiga.
It's all his fault. He forgot his place and went off on me. So I got a little riled up in punishing him. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. Melty is far more important. Knights are easily replaceable.
Everything Sakura says is just passing through me. Tossed against a wall and covered in bugs, Tiga doesn't move. He's completely, utterly dead. Melty, moaning next to him, is in close to the same state, and I am about to endure the same fate.
So, Subaru, who clued you in to disrupt my plans before they even got going? Was it Margrave Mathers? A royal candidate? Don't tell me it's that half-devil, or that maid of hers. Of course, I won't deny the possibility that you're just incredibly talented.
Don't.
Did you say something?
Hearing me mutter, Sakura slowly brings her face closer. I raise my head and glare at her.
Don't think for a second that you've won.
How Damn, tears down his face and everything.
Don't think you've won. Don't.
What? Are you joking? Don't think you've won? I can't think that? I can't think that I've won with my perfect victory? You're hilarious, Subaru! I've never seen such a sore loser in my life!
She's bad.
Sakura, you little...
Yes, be quiet now.
The moment Sakura snaps her fingers, a squirming insect slides into my mouth.
Ew.
The repulsive, slimy feeling utterly dominates me.
Do you want to vomit? Do you? Oh, but you can't. You're not allowed to. In fact, here are your seconds.
One after another, the insects slide into my mouth at Sakura's command. From my mouth, down my throat, and into my stomach. I try to resist, but bug after bug invades me.
Very well. Out of respect for your defiance, I will not ask you anything else. In any case, nothing is left to obstruct Mother's commands. So I'll just deal with the rest in some way or another. Now, Subaru, your belly will soon swell. Then, pop!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sakura's disgusting shouts fill my ears. The next moment, the bugs squirm inside my stomach. In my final moments, I hear Melty's voice call out to me from underneath the swarming bugs. Whether she's seeking help or something else entirely, I don't know. And without ever finding out, I burst.
Writing it down.
There's a deep, deep darkness. Unlike the fake darkness just before, this is real. Just before? Fake? Though I can't even process my own thoughts to understand what they mean. Who am I, anyway? What is this darkness? Who's the one interpreting these subjective concepts, and who says whether they're right or not? Lots of I don't knows. I don't know anything at all. From the start, I've been going at this all wrong. Everything I saw was wrong, and my thoughts were mistaken. That's why I
love you.
Thanks?
I love you. I love you.
I can hear a voice from deep within the darkness. A sweet voice that seems to melt my exhausted body and worn mind, trying gently to carry them off.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Okay, that's really fucking creepy the way it's overlaid. My thoughts are painted over by love. The blinding love smothers the darkness. If I let myself get buried in this love. I hear a voice. Enough of that. Under that vast and overwhelming love, I'm sure I hear a voice. I turn my face towards it. Face? Yeah, I turn my face. I look towards the light piercing through the darkness. And so I extend my hand towards it, discarding the world of darkness and diving into the new light. As I gain distance, I can tell the voice is clinging to me. I move further as we're separated, just before plunging into the darkness.
I'll face you someday.
There's a moment of silence and a flash of white. A sound of love, distinct from the other ones before, gives my back one final push.
I could ask you the same.
Interesting new reset point right here.
What is it, Subaru? You don't look too well.
Subaru?
Subaru? What happened? Subaru?
How troublesome. You, move aside. We have a patient coming through.
My vision wavers. All I can see is the sky. My limbs are lifeless, so I let myself get carried away like some luggage. I can't speak. My head hurts. A repulsive sensation crawls through my organs. I know I'm just imagining it, but it feels all too real.
Subaru! Subaru!
After all, I'd been filled with literal bursting with bugs. What the fuck? Ugh. Yeah.
Here's some water. Can you drink? Very well then. Though it is unfortunate. If you were unable to drink, Rem would have strived to take care of you.
That's, well, yeah. Maybe next time.
Yes. Please drink slowly as to not overstress your stomach.
Stomach? Oh god. I do as Rem tells me and get some water from the pitcher. The cold fluid runs down my throat, and my frightened organs slowly take it in. The frightened organs. Oh god. Water. Plain old water. It's definitely not those disgusting wriggling insects. Don't be scared of it, my organs. Just return to your normal state, perform your usual functions, and be mindful of regular digestion and sound sleep. That's all.
I should be able to get back to normal.
Subaru!
Sorry if I made you worry. Where's Ram and Julius?
They are in the plaza, dealing with everyone who has just arrived. We have not disclosed the fact that the members of Miss Amelia's camp were involved in the incident.
I see. So you got the story through. I guess it could be worse then.
It's chilling to think of a crucial warning like that being delayed because I collapsed. Luckily, it seems I returned right after Ram figured it out, so we were able to avoid Amelia's name being spread and alerting the witch cult. At least, I think so. To be honest, that's just me being hopeful. After all, before I could see how things turned out, I died at the hands of a terrifying enemy. After taking some time to rest and drink the water Rem gave me, the confusion in my mind begins clearing. I gather my thoughts, further my understanding, and seek out answers. There's so much I need to go over, the biggest issue being...
The imposter has to be Melty.
That's the conclusion I came to from Sakura's words at the church as I was dying. She's the only one who fits the bill. Thinking back, Milty was always the most likely to be the fake candidate. Amelia and Felt have too little chance of winning to bother being fakes. Anastasia and Priscilla were both attacked by Wolf as well. That leaves Cruchet or Milty, but...
I guess my hunch was right. Guess that makes me some sort of super sleuth. Not that I've ever done any detective work before.
My jokes and quips fall flat. Despite having discovered the imposter we've been so worried about, I don't feel any better at all.
Wolf is solemn. Puka's magic was the trump card he used to burn me alive.
Think of it that way, it all makes sense. I was told Solemn and Tigo were from the same place, and they had the groundwork laid to help the imposter. Thinking back, during the loop when they rushed to our aid when we were attacked by the Dusk Bandits, it could have been a ploy to butter us up. There's something else I found out that makes me think Solemn is Wolf too.
Her big brother.
Melty had shouted for her brother, and it sounded to me like it was directed at Solemn.
Melty and Solemn are siblings. So would Solemn really go to such lengths to help Melty win? And Puka is just tagging along for the ride? Does that mean Tiga's in on it too? Ah, damn it! I can't make sense of it all! Still, I need to talk to them.
It appears you've sorted through your thoughts, Subaru.
Whoa. Didn't you hear me talking to myself just now? I was just lamenting about how I can't make sense of all this.
Right, but that gallant look in your eyes has Rem's heart beating a flutter.
So my scary eyes are looking scarier, huh?
Yes, they are quite wonderful.
Is that a compliment? But thanks.
Rem's smile helps soften the stiffness in my heart. There's so much I don't know, but at least now I'm not dancing in the palm of someone else's hand without realizing it.
I'd rather punch a hole in their palm with my clumsy dance moves.
That's the spirit. So what will you do?
I feel bad for Ram and Julius, but I'll have to leave them to handle the plaza. We have other things we need to take care of.
What could that be?
I want to talk to Tiga.
Oh? But he was just with us earlier.
Yeah, but he ran off in a hurry, right? I want to talk to him about something that happened after that.
I remember seeing Tiga and Solemn facing each other and arguing. Tiga seemed to be disagreeing about something. And as a result, he angered Sakura and met his demise on the church floor, swarmed by bugs. I don't know his true intentions. Even if he were just pointing and laughing at me, if there's a chance that wasn't the case.
It's worth a try. But if he isn't on my side, we have to avoid getting seen by them. They have their guard up against me.
The main reason I died this time is probably because I interfered with Sakura's plans so many times now. That made her rage and try to get rid of me.
I'm supposed to be capable and sharp? What a joke.
If I really were so capable, I would have had better control of the situation. I don't have any extraordinary abilities like that. I just cheat, but even then, I'm still so useless. I'm incompetent, powerless, reckless.
That's me. Subaru nuts.
Yes, that is Subaru.
Rem, you're not supposed to agree to that. But whatever. Anyway, we can't be careless here. One wrong move, and we'll be fighting with Wolf again. That said, I don't have it in me to just march right into the church either. What should I do?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Funny seeing you in a place like this.
Hey, Felt.
What?
What are you doing in a back alley like this anyway? You'll get mugged down to your birthday suit hanging out around here.
Oh, good. The rogue. We could use your assistance in completely legal activities.
Felt? I'd ask you the same thing. What are you doing here?
What kind of question is that? Places like these are my backyard. If I want to walk around here, that's my business.
Miss Felt, I don't believe that is what Subaru meant.
Yeah. I'm sure he just wants me to be all prim and ladylike like Reinhardt's always saying. If he wants such a well-mannered princess, he shouldn't have picked me in the first place. I'm me, and there's no way that's gonna change. So I'll come to the back alley if I want, damn it!
I don't see how that last part is related. But man, you're in a mood. Did something happen at the castle?
It was nothing. Just a bunch of self-important old geezers getting together and nagging me with boring crap. It pissed me off. So I came out here to blow off some steam.
Subaru, Miss Felt seems to be speaking of...
Yeah, the questioning at the castle. Just like Mealy, Felt's turn must have been today.
It seems that Felt's interrogation ended up happening at this timing because of the various schedule delays.
Because of that, we have to deal with a bad mood Felt.
Oh, what? You trying to piss me off too? It might be strange to say myself, but who knows what I'll do when I snap?
What a persuasive threat. But I don't have spare time to deal with you right now. Just walk around the back alley for a while. Wait, where's your guard? Didn't you hear about how dangerous it is to be out here?
That took a long time.
So, where is Reinhardt?
He's really busy, so he hasn't been around lately. I hear there have been fires all around the royal capital.
Fires? Do you mean arson?
Yes. So he's been out dealing with those. It sounds like they're having a hard time catching the culprit, too. So, since he's gone, I get to go out and about as I please. What? Don't give me that face. You know how fast I can run, right? I won't let any lectures catch me.
Miss Felt, I apologize for being so direct, but you shouldn't make light of your opponents.
Ugh, don't lecture me. Why should I listen to someone lecturing me in my own yard?
Felt willfully ignores Rem's point, but at least now I can be sure of one thing. The culprits setting fires in the royal capital are probably Solemn and Puka. With Wolf's existence known, they've been forced to change their original plan. Now they're creating distractions for the guards and knights. It makes sense. If they don't...
I wouldn't be surprised if Reinhardt captured them easily.
In that case, the damage done here is because of me. I created this situation.
Everything is so depressing.
You worry too much. The fires have all been pretty small, and it seems no one's died from them yet.
That's...
a small mercy, considering everything else. I doubt it actually helps any. Puka's fire magic is immensely powerful. I know because I've been killed by it before. With that kind of firepower, if the fires are going out without any deaths, it means those who never intended to kill anyone.
Oh, that's stretching it a bit. Just calm down. I need to think this through logically. I can't be so optimistic about this.
I don't really get it, but is he okay muttering like this?
Yes, it's fine to let him mutter. Right now, Subaru is thinking about things as hard as he can.
Thanks for the reassurance. That's a pretty big expectation. Anyway.
I've made up my mind.
I'll stick to our previous plan. First, I want to talk to Tiga. I have to meet up with him to do that, but we can't go to the church without a plan. I think it'd be better if we spoke to him on his own.
Your story keeps jumping, so I can't keep up. But it sounds like you're pretty troubled. We've been on the front lines together, so if you've got something on your mind, I can offer you a good rate.
Nice.
I appreciate the sentiment, your intent to charge me aside. But even if I talk to you...
You okay?
Subaru?
I don't answer them as I contemplate deeply, my hand over my face. Could Felt's offer actually be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity?
It's too risky to go to the church right now. But if someone enters the church and calls Tiga outside for me...
Felt is a reliable and accomplished thief, so sneaking in somewhere should be easy for her. Of course, there's still some danger involved. Even if I support Felt's infiltration from outside, I can't reduce the risk to zero. That would be too irresponsible of me. Involving Felt would be...
Did you just give up? Ha! Your face screams I'm right on the money.
Oh, come on, Miss Felt. What could you possibly mean?
Do you suck at playing dumb or what? And don't call me Miss Felt either. It's creepy. I can tell from that pathetic face of yours. People who just give up on something always have a dejected look on their face.
Felt.
So, out with it. Say what... Tell me everything. What you just thought of, and whatever you gave up on after thinking about it. I'll be the one to decide if I can handle it or not. Don't turn to me for help, then leave me high and dry.
Felt, you... yeah, right. That's right.
What is?
I just thought how, even now, you really are a royal candidate. Anyway, I want to talk to Tiga, who's at the church. But I'm worried about sending myself or Rem inside. So it'd be really helpful if we could use your dexterity.
Miss Felt?
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm listening. I get what you want to do, but...
Is it too dangerous?
That's not it. I have only one thing to say. This is really gonna cost you, you know?
Nice.
Felt, does that mean...
I'd be super annoyed if you didn't think I could handle it, or that you think I shouldn't. So, I'll help you out. In exchange... No, that's fine.
What? Tell me. I want to know. You've already said that much. Might as well tell me the rest.
Miss Felt, if this regards your compensation, please tell us what you want. Rem will pay for it, even if it takes a lifetime to do so.
Please don't.
I'm not asking for anything that drastic.
It's just something I was thinking about. Since you're being so cautious of that Melty Girl's church, that must mean...
Yeah, but I can't say for sure yet.
I see. The sweets she gave me at that get-together were really good.
With that, Felt lightly tilts her head. I didn't say it outright, but she seems to get it. That I was sure Melty and her camp were the imposters, and that was why I was being so cautious.
Alright, guess I'll get ready then. You just need me to tell that foppish guy to come outside, right?
I get the foppish evaluation, but still.
What should I tell him? That you're calling for him?
Right. Let him know to meet me at the tavern in the shopping district. Actually...
With the situation as it is, it'd be weird for Felt to tell him to go somewhere. Considering the possibility he'd be suspicious of her...
What?
Tell him his bestie is calling for him. If you say that, he should be more willing to listen.
Bestie. That's a weird word. But whatever. Anyway, I'll get it done.
Oh no. More gameplay. We should get Felt to help us. I better hurry to the church. Sakura was pulling the strings. Still, I never thought that Solemn could actually be Wolf. It's hard for me to accept that the guy who helped the lost girl find her parents could be so evil. But that seems to be the case.
Either way, I need more information.
Sakura is undoubtedly connected to the witch cult.
Did you say bastard? What an odd way to refer to her. Don't get me wrong, I detest her too, you know. But Mother being a bastard just sounds so strange.
Wait, Mother?
However, my conversation with Sakura didn't go well.
Yusino was a man.
Maybe the witch cult has multiple factions that I simply don't know about. Also, I remember Sakura taking a particular interest in Russell. I think that was on my second cycle. When I, working as a spy for Crochet, brought up that I saw Russell, Sakura showed clear signs of interest.
It's pointless to dwell on it now. I need to act.
Saving.
Moderation is the key to everything. Earning too much has its own problems. That's why moderation's important. Moderation, you hear? It's the key to everything. Moderation.
You want to know about that church? Let's see. I have a friend who is a devout follower. He says he'd risk his life for the nun.
Nice.
Why don't you go to the service? That nun is young and pretty, too. That'll... That...
I never even dreamed of suspecting Melty.
The more I think about it, the more absurd it seems. There's no reason to exclude Melty as a possible fake candidate. Yet, I was convinced, without good reason, that Melty couldn't be the imposter.
I always doubted her.
Wow.
Really? Was she really that shady?
No, but Rem is suspicious of every woman that grows close to Subaru.
Damn, Rem.
Please don't smile while saying that. You're scaring me.
Of course, if their feelings are sincere for you, Rem would not get in the way. However, Rem will never allow others to manipulate you to their own will or to commit evil.
Oh, okay. Jeez, Rem. I guess that's reassuring.
Only one person is allowed to manipulate you, and it is Rem.
That's not better.
Good to know.
Wait, so it's okay for me to be manipulated as long as Rem's doing it? No, wait. Mealy is the only one for me. What am I thinking?
Only one I thought we were going to the church first and then the tavern, right?
Oh, right. We're supposed to head to the church first.
I thought...
Oh.
I have no business in the back alley.
Subaru. We are supposed to go to the church, right?
Of course.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, say a small fire broke out somewhere inside the church. What do you think would happen?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'd go check it out.
Exactly. It would draw everyone's attention, which would weaken their patrols. Which I bet would make it easy for us to reach Smirkface.
You want me to commit arson?
Just talking hypothetically here. No one said you should start a fire, or that the best place would be the kitchen, since that's where fires usually start.
Didn't you just say that?
It doesn't have to be anything major. You just need to cause a little commotion. We can try a different idea, I suppose. How about a dragon carriage crashes into the chapel?
When would a dragon carriage do something so crazy?
Like I said, it could be whatever. All we need is a small distraction. I'll leave it up to you. You got my back. You got my...
Okay.
Yep, you get...
What is your choice?
Alright, we're about to get Tiga's attention. Any questions?
So I need to sneak into the church and say you're waiting for him at the tavern?
That's right. Tell him that his bestie is waiting at the tavern. Try not to alarm him, though. Also, we don't want anybody catching us making contact with Tiga. Especially Sakura. She can't catch us red-handed.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that why you're helping us out?
Of course. I'll do whatever I can to support you. So, once you make it inside the church, I'll head to the tavern and wait for Tiga's arrival.
I figured most of it out. But this Sakura lady is their boss, right?
Yeah. I can't go into detail, but that sounds about right.
But this Tiga dude is on our side, right?
We don't know. Not yet.
Huh? What did you say?
I said, we don't know if Tiga is an ally or not. That's why I want to talk to him face to face in order to find out.
Hold on. You don't even know if that foppish guy is our friend or not? Isn't this a bit too dangerous?
That's exactly it felt. It's not too late. You can still back out if you don't want in.
And if I did, what would you do then?
Rem and I will try to make contact with Tiga.
That is right. I will do my best for you, Subaru.
Ha! Give me a break. There's no way you guys can pull this off on your own. Also, it seems very likely that this Tiga dude is a friend. Otherwise, why would you want to talk to him?
That's right. I think there's a good chance that he'll agree to help us.
If you talk to him, do you think a lot of things will clear up?
Yeah. I feel like we'll start to see things better that way, including their situation.
So what's your plan? How are you gonna back me up while I sneak into the church?
The real question is how to draw Sakura's attention.
Not just this Sakura lady. We can't get caught by the guards patrolling the church grounds either.
Yeah, that's true. If we get caught by one of the guards, we'll report to Sakura anyway.
If the Smirk Boy is in fact on our side, that means from Sakura's point of view, they are enemies. We can't let the guards or Sakura find out for the sake of this Tiga guy too.
You're right. Both Tiga and Melty seem like they're reluctantly serving Sakura due to something else. If Sakura finds out that Tiga talked with us, they both could be in deep trouble. Even though...
Their lives are in danger?
If it comes to it. Yeah. Maybe.
In fact, Sakura has killed me before, and Tiga, and even Melty.
Subaru?
Oh, sorry. Just recalled a bad memory. But I'm fine now. Sorry to make you worry.
Subaru.
Anyway, getting back on track. It looks like we need to be very careful about making contact with Tiga.
Yeah, I know. Which is why you're gonna need to draw their attention.
A way to get both Sakura and the guards' attention.
Subaru, what should Rem do?
Yeah, you're right. There is something you can do, Rem.
Why don't you go and distract that Sakura lady for us? Just say whatever, doesn't matter what. You'll help out a ton if you keep her attention.
Understood. Rem will distract Miss Sakura so that Miss Belt can sneak in unseen.
Okay, let's use a signal. When I signal, you go talk to Sakura and distract her. We're counting on you, Rem.
Yes.
As long as Rem can distract her, I think we can get past Sakura.
Guards.
There are a few tried and true methods for this type of situation, but what should we do? Set objects on fire. Knock objects over.
Gotta think about this.
Arson!
I guess starting a small fire could work. Not only can we distract them, but it would also buy us time as they'd have to put out the fire.
I like that plan. A small fire would make things a lot easier for us.
Alright then. If I find something flammable, I'll light it up and start a small fire.
Counting on you. But be careful out there. By the way, Subaru, what shall I say in order to keep Miss Sakura distracted? Rem has no idea what to talk about.
Oh, right. It'd be smart to prepare a topic to talk with Sakura about. It's too risky to try and wing it.
We don't need to keep her attention for too long. As long as you can distract her for but...
Well, I guess it's easier for you.
Yes, it would be best to pick a topic beforehand.
I think... Why not talk about Russell?
Russell? Do you mean Mr. Russell Fellow? The representative of the Merchant Guild?
Yeah. Sakura should be interested in the conversation about him.
I see. But how do you know about Mr. Russell, Subaru?
Great question. I met Russell during my second cycle, so obviously Rem in this cycle wouldn't know about it.
Well, I just happened to hear something about him. Apparently, Russell has been visiting Cruchet's mansion lately. Think about it. That's the representative of the Royal Capital's Merchant Guild we're talking about. How could Sakura not be interested in that?
Mr. Russell is a prominent figure of the Royal Capital. Even if it is a rumor, she will be curious about the relationship between Miss Cruchet and Mr. Russell. You are right. Rem believes that topic will keep Miss Sakura distracted.
Hold up. Do we really need to go this far? Honestly, you could just talk about any random, benign subject instead of bringing up something rather complicated.
Still, I don't think we can even begin to distract her if the conversation doesn't sound genuine. Don't you think we should come up with at least a relevant topic to keep her attention on our conversation with Rem?
I see what you mean. Well, I barely know this Sakura lady to begin with. I guess we should go with your gut instinct.
Alright. I guess that's decided, Rem. Try talking to Sakura about Russell.
Understood. Rem will try bringing up Mr. Russell with Miss Sakura.
Okay, that's enough talking for now. I'm ready when you are.
If you're good to go, then I have nothing else to say.
Well then?
Right. Let the infiltration mission begin. Felt, Rem, stick to the plan.
To the mission. Oh god, the riveting gameplay begins. Oh my god! I missed the briefing bonus, oh well. Get Felt in contact with Tiga. 12 turns. We fail if we meet 12, or if we get caught by anybody, or Subaru dies.
I shall record this.
Now what? Damn, it's locked.
Calm down. One of the guards should have the key. If you distract them for a bit, I can snatch it from them while they're not looking.
All clear.
Nothing to report.
Subaru, you should go in from the door to the right and support Miss Felt.
Got it. The door...
I'm counting...
It's locked, though. I've wasted so many turns.
Hey there, security.
What's wrong? Did you see something?
That's right. I saw a suspicious shadow.
A shadow?
Yeah, there was a suspicious dark shadow that was trying to sneak.
Alright, so we are actually gonna load.
Let's begin again.
Now what?
It's like I can waste the first turn, that's fine. Hey, Mr. Guard, I saw a suspicious-looking shadow.
Hey.
Yay, the door's open.
Nothing.
I'll be standing by right here.
Okay.
Yes.
Nothing.
Hey, can you do something about those guards?
Okay then.
Sorry.
Nothing.
I'll probably get caught by him going up here, but...
Right? Good. It's burning.
Why is there a fire? Put it out quick before it spreads.
Fire? Put it out! Now! Nothing to report.
Oh.
Sorry, Rem, but it looks like Felt can't make a move because Sakura is standing right in front of the door. Can you go talk to Sakura and distract her for a bit?
Understood. Rem will go talk to Miss Sakura.
Good. I'm counting on you, Rem.
Yeah.
Miss Sakura. My bad. We're almost there.
Yeah. Let's get this over with, but let's not be too hasty, right?
Of course. This is the tricky part. Let's be careful.
Nothing to report.
Oh, hello, Rem. What's the matter?
I apologize. Subaru asked Rem to talk to you, Miss Sakura.
No, lying here is the better option.
Oh, Subaru did? And what would this be about?
It's about Mr. Russell.
Russell? By Russell, you mean the Merchant Guild leader?
Yes, that Russell. It seems Mr. Russell has been visiting Miss Cruchet's mansion quite frequently.
Huh. The Merchant Guild leader visiting Cruchet's mansion. Rem, is there anything else about that you can tell me?
Yes, there is much to tell you. Rem has been instructed by Subaru to seek your opinion on the matter.
Hey, who's there? What are you doing here?
I got lost, that's what. Oh, but I remember now. I'm all set. Anyway, see you.
Can't let a suspicious guy like you walk around without... I must report you to Miss Sakura.
Uh-oh.
Subaru is okay. he and I ask that you both leave for today. Understood. If that is what Subaru requests, then Rem will go home.
Yeah, I guess there's no point in sticking around here if that's what he said.
He absolutely did not say that. That is a lie.
Did you try to sneak into the church, Subaru?
I wasn't trying to sneak in. I just came to play.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, of course, Sakura.
Well, unfortunately, I don't believe you. What are you hiding? You know, it'll be best if you just tell me everything.
Will it? You're gonna kill me anyway, aren't you?
You're right. It
Oh,
looks
creepy
like
smile.
You know a little too much, Subaru. So I need you to die.
So I can't leave you alive, but the dub was, I need you to die.
However, you can still decide if you die painlessly or not. If you tell me the truth, I'll give you a painless death.
Just be honest then, my dude.
Oh, you shall die exactly how you're... I'll take that as a compliment. So, what will it be? Will you tell me everything?
Are you kidding me? I'll never tell you. I'm going to die anyway. With or without suffering doesn't make much of a difference to me. More importantly, though, are you gonna be okay failing to get answers out of me? Your scary mother is gonna punish you for this, right? Sucks to be you.
Oh, wow. She looks actually mad now.
Enough. Watch your tongue. Well, it's all too late now. Goodbye, Subaru.
At the snap of Sakura's fingers, the wriggling creatures make their way into my mouth.
You want to throw up, do you? Too bad. Come on, eat up.
Over and over, the so-called monowasps slide into my mouth. It's just like that other time. My desperate protests fail as the bugs make their way down my esophagus and into my stomach. Damn it. This isn't how things were supposed to go. Where did I go wrong? Silver lining is that I didn't get Tiga and Melty involved this time. But that's just useless consolation.
Well, had your fun yet? Because your insides are about to burst. You're gonna die, Subaru.
In Sakura's words, my body bursts from the inside. My consciousness completely cuts off at that moment.
Well, you know what? That's... You gotta take your wins where you can get them.
Okay, I think that's enough talking for now. I'm ready to go anytime. Come on now.
I feel nauseated. That sickening sensation still lingers in my mouth.
Subaru, what's the matter?
You alright, man? You look really pale.
Subaru!
My vision blurs and I can barely stand. Before I know it, I'm on my knees.
Subaru, here's some water.
Thanks, Rem. You helped me earlier, too.
Yes, I did hand you some water earlier. So, are you not feeling well after all? If you cannot drink right now, Rem will do her best caring for you.
Aww.
See? I can drink. Maybe you can take care of me some other time.
There's no need to hold back. Please allow me to.
What the heck am I being forced to watch here? If you don't need me to sneak into the church to meet up with that guy, I'm gonna go. Seems like you're not feeling real well and have bigger things to worry about anyway.
Wait, hold on. I'm fine. Let's get to the plan. How far are we into the conversation again?
Huh? What are you talking about? We just need to put it into action now. We're done talking. At the very least, I'm not interested in any more chit-chat.
Yeah, that's fine. I have nothing to add either.
I am ready as well.
Thanks for caring, Rem. So, let's start our infiltration mission.
Alright, cool.
I failed.
All clear.
Nothing to report.
What's
Okay, steal key, get in, set fire. I just don't know how to distract the second guard.
Nothing over here.
Start fire. Such graphics, much fire.
Nothing.
Oh.
Good.
Go distract her.
Nothing.
My bad.
We're gonna save
Don't
again.
forget to save. Seriously.
Nothing to.
Yep, they're having their conversation. Hi, friend.
Hey, who's there? Kim, I must report you to Miss Sakura.
Yeah. We're gonna just take a step back in time here. We should open the left gate, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
Belt, you should be able to keep going if we distract the guards with this.
Door's open. Is anyone there? Did the door open on its own? Weird.
Thank you for the valuable information, Rem. But it's hard to comment with so little to go on. You said he visits frequently, but how frequently are we talking? Moreover, has this started only I know this isn't what you want to hear.
I apologize for only having vague information.
Don't worry. I'm sorry too. Well, did you have anything else to discuss today?
No. Thank you for your time.
I'm just trying to burn the time away. Meow, meow, meow.
Rem, Felt made it inside. Let's leave everything to her. We should get out of here.
Understood. We shall count on Miss Felt. So, are you heading to the tavern?
Yeah, I'll head to the tavern like we planned. But you shouldn't come with me, Rem.
Subaru?
I know you're worried, but this time I think I should go alone. It'll be easier to keep his guard down if you aren't there, Rem. I hope you understand.
But if something were to happen to you...
There's no need to worry. At least, I think it'll play out that way. Besides, we got Felt to help us too. We can't afford to come home empty-handed. I'm sure he'll talk to us. Besides, he's not the type to hurt a weak person like me.
Very well, Subaru. If you insist, Rem will not accompany you.
Thanks, Rem.
I'm counting on you, Felt. I'll be waiting in the tavern.
Nothing over here.
Something's going on outside. Do we have an intruder?
Hey, man!
Felt? What are you doing here?
Don't sweat the details, we don't have much time. I'll just cut to the chase. Your bestie, was it? Anyway, a so-called friend is waiting at the tavern.
My friend? Oh, you mean Subaru. Is Subaru waiting for me at the tavern?
Uh-huh. He says he wants to talk to you one-on-one.
One-on-one?
Yes, so don't tell Sakura about this.
Sure thing. I'll see what I can do.
Everyone around the tavern is merry, but my mind is full of panic and tension. Did I screw up? Can I say I did my best to support her? If something happens to Felt, nothing I could do would ever make amends. It would be irredeemable. Of course, Felt would claim she chose this on her own, and that it's her own responsibility, but...
Please, Felt.
Two figures appear at the tavern entrance, and they're exactly who I've been waiting for.
Hey,
just the two of us. Achievement unlocked.
Oh.
Looks like he did as he said. Alright, go do whatever it is you need to do.
Yes, Miss Felt, thank you very much.
I don't know what'll happen, but live strong, alright? That goes for you too, Subaru.
Her voice carries over all the noise in the tavern, and Felt waves her hand at me. Then she turns around and leaves. I nearly give the sight of her heroic back a round of applause. To be honest, I've been contemplating having her present for this too, but...
While she looks cute, she really is a royal selection candidate. Really is a royal selection.
I feel the same way. I was totally overcome.
The kingdom's future looks bright.
I'd be terrified if every one of the candidates was like her, though.
Considering Felt's shamelessness and sticky fingers, it's a scary prediction for the future.
Now then, what did you want to talk about? I doubt this is a simple invitation to dinner, bestie.
Yeah, I'm glad you came. To be honest, I was a little anxious you wouldn't.
Huh. That's not at all like you. We're good friends, aren't we?
This could go a lot of different ways. It really depends on what Tiga's role in all this is.
Hey, Subaru?
For starters, have a seat. Then we'll talk.
Got it. This does seem to be rather important after all.
Tiga sits down next to me and we casually order something off the "Ow, my cat just bit me" menu. When our order arrives, we raise our glasses, and with that, I'm ready to talk. I'd thought of what to start with, went over several preambles, but I decided to cut straight to the chase instead. That is...
The imposter is Melty, isn't it?
The moment I get to the heart of the matter, the air around Tiga changes. It's quiet and tense, and the air in the tavern seems to turn dry. But most importantly, I hear the faint sound of his sword click against its sheath.
Oh, good. I thought you would cut me down right away.
It's still early enough in our conversation to assume I misheard you. Also, you went out of your way to call for me, and you even waited here all by yourself. I want to take this all in good faith.
I need to feed the cat. I will be... Still, with a hand on his sword, Tiga closes one eye and shrugs. He could see that I'm alone within the bustle of the tavern. Not even Rem accompanied me.
It took a lot to convince Rem not to come with me.
When I told her I'd meet Tiga alone, Rem was greatly opposed to the idea. She had assisted me with the plan to call Tiga out here, and I had her help send Felt into the church. But when I said I didn't want her to come to the actual meeting, I expected her to protest. However,
if Rem were here with me, you wouldn't let your guard down this much, would you?
What? Did Miss Anastasia train you in the art of negotiation? You acted similarly with the caravan.
Being an apprentice under the tutelage of the head of the Hoshin Company? Yeah, no thanks. If I said anything more, I'd probably have to pay a licensing fee for using the Hoshin name.
Yes, she would be quite demanding. Still, though... Subaru, was your earlier remark said in earnest? I won't overlook it a second time.
Tiga narrows his eyes and asks me again. He's given me an unspoken warning, as a friend, that I can still turn back, but I shake my head.
Unfortunately, I can't back down here. My understanding of the situation is pretty solid now.
So you think Mel is the imposter?
Yeah. And I know about a lot of what you're plotting. And about Solemn, too.
Once again, I don't beat around the bush. Tiga goes quiet, and a look of careful consideration shines in his eyes. Despite the silence between us, the atmosphere of the tavern doesn't change. Within the alcohol-scented atmosphere, I only hear Tiga's breathing as he thinks. It feels like if I focus hard enough, I might even be able to feel his heartbeat. After a long, long while, the silence breaks.
It would seem asking you how you learn of all this is pointless. Especially if you know about Solemn. I have nothing else to hide.
I see.
Tiga's remark pretty much confirms he's involved in backing the fake candidate. I knew as much, but actually hearing him say it weighs heavier on my mind than I imagined. The reality that Tiga, Solemn, Huka, and Melty are enemies wounds my heart more than I thought it would. He probably didn't expect me to have this reaction, but...
However, let me say just one thing. This isn't something Mel is doing because she wants to.
My bitterness must have shown quite clearly on my face, because Tiga speaks as though to console me. His claim isn't to defend himself or his actions. He desires to keep Melty's thoughts or position from being misjudged.
Mel would never harm a fly, much less kill someone. I assure you that most of what she said is the truth. Her relation with you and Miss Amelia is genuine. Of course, I doubt you would believe such convenient stories at this point.
No. I believe you.
Huh?
I said I believe you. Every word of it.
I answer Tiga's desperate appeal without hesitation. It doesn't sound like he was just trying to justify things, nor did I get any inclination that he's just making excuses. That's why I want to believe that Melty is exactly the girl she makes herself out to be, that Tiga cares for her from the bottom of his heart.
I know Melty is capable of hurting anyone. That goes for you too, right?
I wouldn't say that. I'd do anything for Mel's sake. I always have.
Come on, just go with the flow here. Jeez, don't be so...
What? Sorry. It's a bad habit of mine, but...
Yeah?
Thank you.
Sure.
After our first round of refreshments, non-alcoholic of course, we finally dive into the main subject. It's pointless doubting Tiga's true intentions now. All we can do is speak openly, drop all pretenses, and just believe each other.
Anyway, let me start over. Why are you doing something like this? Did Sakura put you up to it?
So you even know that much? This may be weird coming from me, but it should have been impossible to see through her.
Oh, she definitely had me for a while there. I only noticed when... well, it was just chance.
That's quite some luck.
Whose orders does Sakura follow? Is the whole Transcendent Dragon Church guilty?
Hang on, slow down. I know you have a lot you want to ask me, but I don't have time to answer it all.
Don't have time?
Slipping out like this was already tough enough. No one suspected anything since Miss Felt asked me to do this, but the atmosphere at the church has... Simply put, Sakura has been quite on edge recently. I just hope nothing is happening now.
Don't tell me you were tailed.
No, I don't think so. Her trust hasn't completely waned after all.
What do you mean? In you and Melty?
No, not quite. She only trusts that Mel and I are too bound by fear and weak of heart to oppose her.
It's a seriously awful kind of trust.
Thinking back on Sakura's vicious personality, I get where Tiga is coming from. She's the very embodiment of sadism. Sakura is supposedly stewing in her anger at the church right now, all because of me. When she captured me, there were already hints she was suspicious. She was trying to prevent me from making moves even then. All because I kept spoiling her plans. Her anger toward me had just been building. Even tonight, her attempt to send Solemn to capture me will fail, and her rage will boil over.
That means I won't be able to confront her anymore.
Not that I ever want to see her again. If I did, I'd rather it be in court.
For that reason, I can't arouse any suspicion on us, so I'll be brief with my answers. First, as to who Sakura is given orders from. I've only ever overheard these conversations, but it's someone called Mother.
Mother, huh?
I make a disgusted face and mutter. It's painful to even think about, but I recall that just before one of the most awful deaths I've ever suffered, Sakura said the same thing. Mother, that's the enemy mastermind. But from the sound of it, I highly doubt that person is Betelgeuse.
Just to be sure, do you think Sakura has relations with the witch cult?
The witch cult? That sounds pretty out there. As far as I know, I at least have never suspected Sakura of being a witch cultist. Though, I do understand your concern, given how awful her personality is.
I see. That's fine. Let's put that on hold for now, then. Is there anything else you can tell me?
I don't know anything about this Mother person. However, I know she isn't affiliated with the Transcendent Dragon Church.
What makes you so sure?
I once snuck into the Council's headquarters. I did a little digging of my own, so that's why I think that.
Do you mean the Council of the Church? You did that alone?
Unfortunately, there was nobody else I could trust. While I know this sounds bad, Mel is no exception.
You don't trust Melty? How can that...
That's just how it has to be. This matter runs deeper than it seems on the surface. I did everything I could to try to escape their hands. Infiltrating the Council was part of that. Without knowing who our enemies are, I'd have no idea who or what to fight against. That's why
You've been fighting alone this whole time.
After I finish his sentence, Tiga gives a deep, silent nod of acknowledgement. There's a weight to it that shows just how much he's endured, more than words can express. So much time fighting alone, all to save Melty, the one who he loves.
Must have been tough.
Tiga's eyes widen at my words of encouragement. It may be presumptuous, maybe even condescending or hurtful, but I was saved by similar words. After working desperately, my heart about to crumble under hopeless distress.
Must have been tough.
Such a brief remark, but it saved me. I know firsthand.
It's too early to speak in past tense. None of this is over yet.
You're so gruff. You can always borrow my lap and cry your heart out if you need to.
As if anyone would do something so embarrassing.
Actually, there was. Someone did exactly that at one point.
There's no need for me to go into detail about
Anyway,
it.
I got it. From your point of view, the church probably isn't the enemy. It's just being used by Sakura. Rather, to be more precise, it's that mother person pulling all the strings. They're our real enemies.
And Wolf. Wolf is our enemy. This fact can't be changed.
Wait, Tiga, but Wolf's true identity is...
Right. They're exactly who you're thinking of. Solemn is Wolf, and he's borrowing Puka's power.
And he's Melty's older brother.
Hang on, you even know that? Seriously, how did you uncover all this? Are you going to say you know my mother's name too?
Don't tease me like that. It's painful to hear. I want you to talk about this seriously.
As you said, Mel and Solemn are siblings. They've always gotten along well, ever since they were kids. Mel relies on Solemn for so much. I felt a sense of opposition toward him. Childish as I was. You're right about that.
So you've known her since then too. You really are childhood friends.
Childhood friends. The day I wandered into that village, into Faradar.
Tiga has a longing look in his eyes. Faradar. That's where Melty said she's from. So Melty, Tiga, and Solemn left their homeland and are now participating in the royal selection. All by falsely claiming Melty's right to the throne. A right she doesn't even want.
Why was Melty made to do this? Why her of all people? I mean, she's not very good at deceiving people, so I imagine she'd blow the lid on everything pretty quickly.
Mel is awful at telling lies, after all.
Tiga smiles faintly, as if in agreement. Then, after suddenly turning serious...
Mel and Solemn are from a tribe that has possessed a special power for generations.
A special power? Is that related to what Solemn hides under the bandages on his hands?
You've seen his bare hands. Well, no point in asking about that now. Yeah, it's his hands that matter more. Under his bandages, he hides the power of the Evil Eyes.
Evil Eyes.
I voice the words aloud, then suddenly I get it. The eyes I saw on Solemn's hands, I know they can absorb mana from an opponent. A power he was born with. A special ability possessed by his tribe.
So if both of them come from the same special tribe, does that mean Melty has them too?
No. She has something far more exceptional. The power she was blessed with is monumental. That's what Sakura and her mastermind are after. Melty has the evil eye of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Wait, what? You mean...
It's as you'd imagine, Subaru. It's a power that makes people more susceptible to her. Kind of a funny thing, huh? But it's nothing to laugh at. Submitting people to favor you is a force to reckon with.
That's right.
All I can do is nod along to Tiga's point. Indoctrination. What an intense power to make someone like you unconditionally like that. People already have a hard time hurting those they like. Forcing them to be kind and accommodating regardless of the situation is truly frightening.
The evil eye of indoctrination activates when Mel touches someone. So as soon as someone takes her hand in theirs, for example, they're already under her spell.
So that's why...
Memories resurface in the back of my mind. After Melty had taken my hand and smiled at me, there was an unnatural change, an inability to suspect her. Right as I started my search for the fake, I removed her from my suspect list without question. This was why. And seeing how it even happened to me...
Many people, even the ones who inspected her dragon insignia to see if it was real.
They could have already been afflicted if they came in contact with her beforehand.
My mouth hangs open at the thought of such power. Indoctrination is more menacing than the name suggests. It's similar to brainwashing, manipulating one's heart, making others follow you blindly, even having them lie for you.
That explains why they value Mel so much, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a ridiculous power.
I've heard the evil eye of indoctrination is quite a legendary power, even among Mel's tribe. The last time it manifested in someone was hundreds of years ago. In the ancient past, someone had the same evil eye. They ended up doing a lot more harm than good.
That's chilling.
With just a glance, they could take someone's life.
That's really chilling!
I should say it's fortunate that Melty's isn't that extreme, but it's still a serious threat.
That's why Sakura won't let go of Melty. Can't you guys do something about Sakura with that power, though? If nobody can resist it.
That'd be hard. Sakura is cautious around Mel, after all. Getting Mel to touch her would be difficult. But even then, It's not like Mel can defy Sakura in the first place.
She can't defy her?
I told you, Mel has the power of the evil eye. But did you notice them at all?
Wouldn't they have something to do with her actual eyes? Wait, Solemn's were on his hands.
I'm not familiar with the concept of evil eyes in the first place. Judging from Tiga's explanation, it seems like they appear somewhere else on the body.
I wouldn't know where hers would be. If she's hiding them under her clothes, then I wouldn't want to check to confirm.
I'd never let you get that frisky with her anyway. But your thought process is correct. They were originally on her hands, just like Solemn's.
But not anymore, right? I've seen her hands up close several times now.
She'd also touched me, but I never saw anything suspicious. Her hands were smooth and bare.
It's like they've been erased, or rather, they're hidden somehow. If her evil eyes were visible, everyone would know of the power she holds. That'd just be an inconvenience.
You say they were hidden, but aren't they part of her body? How could they be?
It's apparently Mother's doing. This Mother can use magic to distort one's body. Or, not quite. I don't think that's it. It's something more foreign. Whatever it was, Mother used it to reconstruct Mel's body. As a result, Mel's evil eyes were hidden. And it doesn't stop there.
There's more?
Mel isn't able to eat with that body.
Huh?
For the umpteenth time tonight, I gasp in astonishment. This is far beyond anything I ever expected. Her body had been reconstructed to hide her evil eyes. That alone is shocking enough to raise my eyebrows at. And yet...
She was made unable to eat. What exactly does that mean?
Just as it sounds. Mel's throat. The passage for food to pass through has been blocked.
Passage for food? Do you mean the esophagus?
I'm not great with the structure of the human body, but I've studied some anatomy in health class. I remember seeing side profiles of the human mouth and throat back in school.
It's strange. They blocked off her throat, but she can breathe just fine. Sakura's even boasted about the marvel of it all.
It seems that here, healing magic advanced instead of medicine, so human anatomy isn't common knowledge. The organ that delivers oxygen to the lungs may be connected to the mouth like the esophagus, but its function is completely different. I know explaining this won't help comfort him at all.
That reminds me. Before...
When I brought Rem's baked goods to the church as a gift, Melty had an unusual reaction. That's because she can't eat in front of people. She can't show it. So she had no choice but to respond like that.
How's she getting by? Don't tell me they turn her back before each meal, then change her when she's done.
It's nothing that intense. They have a certain insect that they utilize.
Insect?
They're called mana wasps. But I don't know much about them. I think Mother created them. Those bugs are what Mel feeds on. The bugs use their stingers to directly inject mana stored within their bodies into Mel. It's hell. The same was done to me before, but I couldn't endure it.
Bugs and meals by injection. I'm sure it's something like an intravenous drip, but it's still a terrifying thought. That mass of bugs that killed me in the church, they swarm onto Melty to feed her, poking their stingers all over. She goes through that hellish torture every day.
It's unforgivable.
Yes, I'll never forgive them for what they're doing to her. Or myself, for allowing it to go on for so long.
Tiga, to be honest, there's nothing I can say. Your experience is too harsh for me to even talk like I can understand.
That's fine. It would be far worse if you experienced something similar and could sympathize with me.
Oh, right. What about you? You've done all this for Melty, so are you affected by her evil eye too?
No, it's nothing like that. Her evil eye of indoctrination doesn't affect me. And that... My body can't be interfered with by any outside influences. It's something I was born with. Whether it be a magical enhancement or impairment, I'm unaffected by it all. That goes for both my body and mind.
So that's it! That's why you weren't affected by Amelia's recognition obstruction robe!
Recognition obstruction robe?
The white robe she usually wears. It's magically infused to hide the wearer's identity. So when we first met...
Ah, right. I saw her as herself. I see. So that's what tipped you off. That's why you suspected me from the start.
It certainly caught my attention, but I never really suspected you of anything back then. I wonder why. I think right from the start, I felt like we would get along well.
Aren't you an embarrassing fellow, Subaru?
Yeah, quiet. Anyway, is that thing of yours a divine protection?
That's right. The divine protection of insensitivity. It doesn't sound cool, so I don't like bringing it up.
Divine protection of insensitivity. Yeah, it really is a lame name.
Quiet, you.
Does Melty know about it?
She doesn't. I haven't told Mel.
Can I ask why?
Simple, really. I don't have it in me to tell her. And Mel doesn't really trust too many people.
That doesn't sound like her.
But it's true. Mel's... She only trusts those she's touched who are under the effect of her evil eye. Not because she wants to, but because that's the way she was raised.
Ugh, dark. Tiga almost spits out the words, and I grimace hearing them. I feel like I get it. It's hard to think about what it would be like to live without the abilities you possess now, especially if you've had them since birth. While I wasn't born with it, if I didn't have my return by death ability, would I really understand anything going on? No. I certainly wouldn't have come to this tavern for a meal like this with Tiga today.
It's about time. It'll be suspicious if I stay longer.
Just let me ask one more thing. You all obey Sakura because you want to save Melty, right?
That is Solemn's and my ultimate goal. As for Wolf and Puka, I'm not sure what they're after.
If I come up with a way to fix her throat, would you guys ally yourselves with us?
You can do something like that?
Maybe.
I don't know, but I'll think of a way.
I see. But yeah, if you can make that a reality, I could ally with you guys. However...
After parting with Tiga, I leave the tavern and look up at the sky. A strangely cold wind blows through the night, and Tiga's voice echoes in my head.
If we fight alongside you, that doesn't guarantee Mel's safety. I can't imagine she'd comply much, knowing that she's the only hostage left. It won't be enough to save Mel. Unless we knew for sure, I'd likely take my sword up against you.
There's just one last piece missing to persuade him.
Alright, scene over. I'm gonna have to call it for the night. We had a rather exciting session. We died again, infiltrated the church, and finally got some answers. Yeah, let's start saving. I really like the mechanic, or rather the, yeah. The stream ending screen up. Okay, so I'm actually kind of a big fan of how they did it. With the ability Melty has to make people automatically trust her, essentially. That fixes a lot of the issue I had with already knowing who the villain was, basically. I mean, I didn't actually assume it was Sakura. Yeah, we're gonna take that into the kitchen and clean that. Anyway, I didn't initially think it was Sakura, but that does kind of fix the other issues I had there. With Subaru just automatically not going after her. So anyway, I'll be back next Wednesday with maybe the finale for this game. We'll see. It looks like we're getting close to wrapping it up. And if nothing else, we'll be back on Friday for multiplayer stream. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great night, everybody.